Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land to the newest session of the Tal'Dorei campaign. Sorry about that little mix-up if anybody's watching right now. Yeah, I screwed up. I didn't hit the record button, but now we did, so we're going to be playing right now. Before we jump right into the action, as per usual, we have a few short announcements that we have to make. The first one is open slots, which I have to update as we're going to be starting our first Tuesday game. It is a Tuesday evening game that's going to be starting at 7 p.m. EST, not 6 p.m. EST, and we currently have 2 slots remaining in it, I believe. So if anybody is interested, we are going over what setting we're going to be playing, what type of game we're going to be having, and all of those fine details this week on Tuesday. So be sure to reach out to me beforehand or join the community beforehand so you can be having some insight into that and a little bit more choices for all of these options. Outside of that, we have projects that I am working on. I am finishing up the Murder of Savannah module. Tonight I'm doing my last playthrough before I finalize everything, and then we can post it to the DMs Guild. So that's going to be fun. And don't worry about having to pay for it, everybody. It's going to be free. I'm just going to put it out there for free. I think there's a way for me to set up that people can donate to some type of charity if they want to. But I don't know any charities I want to be like permanently associated with. So, I'll see if I can't figure that out. But it's more or less going to be free. So anybody who's interested, definitely grab it when it's in stores and join the community so you know when you can get it. It's going to be fantastic, I hope. Or it's going to be tragically awful and then I know not to pursue this ever again. So, you know, one or the other. And outside of that, I don't think there's anything else I care to go at. So, Dorzin, you take notes. What happened last session?
Well, just throw me on the spot and my mind goes nowhere.
Yep.
We got the party woke up in Singorn through the help of their lovely ambassador. I forget her title. They got a bunch of tundra gear. Dorzin got a cloak made by the Fae. He also prevented everyone from going to the theater, which is always a plus. The party left Singorn and traveled southeastward, I believe, through the forest and came across a group of sentient trees which Yurik immediately tried to fireball. It did not work out well for him. Being able to talk the trees down, the party eventually made it to I forget the word, where the mountain meets the forest. And
to be fair, the trees were discussing eating us.
They're trees. They eat everything. They eat the dirt. You die, you get buried under a tree, the tree is eating you.
Well, killing us. No.
The party then made its way through up the mountain range, coming across a mysterious creature, which no one in the party apparently knows what it is. It's several beaks in its mouth. Eventually, the party was able to keep themselves safe, as well as potentially lack of interest from the creature, having it fly away, presumably to find something more easily eaten. The party then made its way to a cave in the mountain to try to find a shelter capable of withstanding this creature without relying on Prissa. And then they found a corpse and a well with water and a door in it.
Yep. You've all settled in there for the evening, and you look at the body, which is suspiciously unprepared for adventuring out here, and inside of the water, all the way down at the bottom, is a latched door. All of you are sitting in here listening to the whirling winds outside. After you.
Well, there's a door down there. A trap door.
A trapdoor at the bottom of the well?
Yeah, interesting. Should we take a look?
Well, sure. I mean,
Well, it's a quick question, DM. Is the trapdoor open?
No, it is not.
How far down does it go? Is the door, I should say, ask.
The water seems to go all the way down to where that door is, probably 40 feet, 50 feet, not terribly far.
and what? It's about to become nighttime, right?
It's around
It's
dusk.
getting darker. Yeah. Well, it's certainly interesting. I would prefer it if we,
Rest?
if we rest up first and we can have a look at it tomorrow. I mean, I'm not certain we should be completely off guard here.
Well, I was just thinking that if we can open that door, I could send down my arcane eye.
Well, yeah, sure, fair enough.
But I don't think my mage hand will be able to get it, and Pissa will try to reach the door handle with her mage hand.
Alright. Your mage hand enters into the water. Roll me an Arcana check. What'd you get?
That's a 14.
Okay. You're not sure exactly when it happens, but the hand disappears.
That's weird. I'm gonna try again.
Sure.
Does the same thing happen?
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know if the water's weird or if there's a anti-magic barrier around the door.
I'm going to go over, take off my gauntlet, and just feel the water.
Okay.
Is the temperature different than it should be? Than I expect it to be?
Roll me a perception check.
Mm-hmm. Just looking at the character sheet up here. 21.
21. The temperature's frigid cold, of course, and you have to recoil your hand immediately from feeling that. I mean, it is a snowing tundra outside. Water is not going to feel good on skin. But the temperature was a little cooler. Not quite as cold, more just maybe a few degrees warmer than it should have been.
Is this door, is it on the bottom of the well, or is it like on the side?
It's at the very bottom.
Okay.
Well, it's there's certainly something weird about this. I'm surprised that this well is still liquid and not frozen over.
I can't really see too well. I'm going to take a little metal rock out of my pocket, crack it on the top of the well, and drop it inside, and it illuminates. I'm casting light.
Alrighty. So, as it falls down there, roll me an Arcana check, Jimmy. So, Jimmy, you cast the spell, dropping the light, and as soon as the rod touches the water, there's a shimmer around it, and then the rod disappears.
Rock, but yeah.
The rock, yes.
I was dropping it in. Okay.
It's not so much as a protective nature against magic as much as an increase of distance with the spell.
That's
That's
interesting.
different.
Hmm.
So we're sleeping up here?
Yes, I
That
would.
might be for the best.
Well, unless I mean, Jimmy, you're quite handy. Would you be able to construct some type of pump, maybe, to just drain this thing?
Probably, actually, yeah. I don't know if I have enough tubing, though. I've only got about 10 feet or so.
How much do you need?
Well, you said the well goes down pretty far, right? We're
40
talking
feet.
like 30, 40 feet.
And it's about 8 feet wide in total.
So, I mean, I could maybe drain, like, the top 7 feet or something.
With that being said, Prissa is going to. Sorry, I have to keep clicking back and forth. But I'm gonna do that. I have that feat that lets me instantly, as an action, prepare a spell I know,
Yes.
and I'm gonna choose Creation,
Ooh.
and then I'm gonna use that to make a 5-foot cubes worth of piping that Jimmy needs.
Alrighty, I think creation takes a minute or an hour to cast.
It takes like only a minute or 10 minutes to cast, I think.
Well,
Let's look
I
at it.
suppose-
We'll see what I can discern from this place.
Precious material lasts for 1 hour. Casting time 1 minute. Okay.
Alarn will just go towards the water and in the middle of the room, about, I guess it was, and cast Divine Sense. Or not cast, but use Divine Sense.
Yes. You sit down and breathe in fresh, invigorating air. Well, you do sense that there's Fae near you.
Yeah, that would be Dorson, I'm guessing.
Who knows?
Suddenly you realize that Prissa went to see the theater when you guys went walking, looking.
Want a new character, just say so.
And that's it.
Okay.
Right. Well, I if we really want to go down and investigate this trapdoor, we should get that water out.
Then
Yeah.
how would we get down?
I'll get started. This will probably take me a while if you guys want to start resting.
Need any assistance? I'd be glad to.
I thought we
help.
already did a rest.
No, we haven't.
Not yet. That being, I did type in the chat though, because creation is an illusionary thing. I'm going to use malleable illusion to change the piping to however Jimmy needs it to be, so it should go quicker as well.
All right, so Pris is helping you. She can literally bend it with her mind.
Need about 40 foot of piping. Need a spigot fashioned. Probably. That should be about it. Keep it simple.
Alrighty.
You know, just to be safe, I'm gonna use Eyes of the Grave. Besides that one corpse in the corner, are there any other corpses near us?
Does it tell you if there's any dead or undead?
That's actually a good question.
Very big distinguishing.
Undead.
There's no undead near you.
Okay.
By the way, I want to just after I've dipped my finger into the water, I just want to smell it to see if the water smells differently.
Roll a
somehow.
nature check.
Nature.
I mean, it smells like water.
You know what? Alana's gonna just take a small taste of the water.
Give me a
Just a
Constitution saving throw.
It's a cat licks taste. Jimmy?
That's a nat one.
I'm working on the pipes.
You.
I probably like step back. He's like choking on the water, and I like swing around with the pipe that I'm holding and like hit him in the stomach, and he like coughs it up. Go ahead, you can reroll.
Thank you.
Kalon, did it go
That's
down
so
the
much
wrong
better.
pipe?
That water is disgusting. It's salt water.
What? That explains why it's not ice.
Yes.
Why is there salt water in here?
I wouldn't try to drink it, even though it's in a well. I mean, this is standing water. You always got to be careful with.
I am quite resilient against diseases. That is why I took the chance.
Didn't sound resilient.
Still tastes like shit.
Yeah, salt water usually does.
So, I will let you keep in mind that the creation only lasts for an hour before you have to recast it to get the same pipings, Prissa. Because it is, valuable material.
So the pipes are only lasting for an hour.
Yes. Aside from yours. Your pipes are real.
How far is it from the well, like the edge of the well, until to the entrance of the cave?
15 feet, not terribly far.
All right.
So, you have 1 hour to get this done. Jimmy, give me a tinkerer's check to see how far you can get within that hour.
I was just gonna ask Jimmy real quick. Jimmy, would if the pipes were something other than metal, like stone or crystal, would that still work?
I mean, they could be made out of candy just as long as they're solid.
Alright, and Prissa will change the material to crystal line sort of pipe, so now it should last 12 hours.
Okay, much better.
Alright.
Once it's in position, malleable illusion is bullshit, and Jimmy rolled a 32. Okay. You're like, wow, crystal is so easy to work with water.
Guys, we wanted like a working shower and bathtub and everything.
Yeah. You wanted this heating coil over here, right? Like,
It's all indoor. Dude, we're set.
you look over at Lawrence just sleeping on the heating coil.
Yeah.
Oh, Prissa, be careful about that statement.
No, I'm just,
But anyways, as you are pumping this water and trying to drain as much of it as you can, are you going to rest at any point in time, Jimmy? Or are you just going to watch it and make sure it's all functioning?
Once I have it constructed, all we need at that point is somebody to like physically pump it. As much as I'd like to think I can construct an engine that would do, no. So
well, I mean, you have an automaton that can do that for you.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
That does not require rest.
But it is a tiny creature that has a -2 to its strength modifier, so I'm saying that it probably couldn't.
I'm saying you nat 20'd that. You made sure that you distributed the pressure and weight to other aspects, so it doesn't need to care about
Sorry,
it.
-3 to strength.
It's still...
You have a
It'll be
hamster
slow.
powering a power plant.
Yeah, it's slow, but it can do it.
But we want to do it quickly.
I had a quick question too, since you mentioned the hamster powered thing. Anyways, can Prissa ritual cast Phantom Steed and maybe have the steed help out?
What's the intelligence of the Phantom Steed?
How
It's a
about we
horse.
just let Jimmy construct the thing and
One of the strong people do it.
Yeah,
Or,
it's done. It's
or-
constructed.
If you want it done fast, Dorzen or me or Yurik are the best choices.
yeah, I'm just thinking this ouch can probably pump it while we're resting, can he?
Yes, and I can also summon my cat. He's quite smart.
And
He could, just not very fast.
And Professor Yurt can help as well.
That one's going to be a no.
The bunny cannot push down the lever.
I was thinking that would be like a hamster wheel thing that he'd run across or something.
Unfortunately, Jimmy didn't make that, I don't think. Although he could have with that roll.
I was focused on one thing and I did it very well.
Yes.
So, Alarm,
mantra of
I
Jimmy's
just
life.
realized this. You're a cat man and you ride a cat. Is that a conflict of interest?
It is not as much as I ride him. A traveling companion.
Wouldn't it be more
But
controversial
he wears
if
a
he rode
saddle
big
and
dog?
has that thing in his mouth and doesn't talk to you unless you call him.
No, he has nothing in his mouth. He does not even have a saddle. It is true I ride him from time to time, but it is mostly I walk beside him.
I could also ask Fluff to help.
Well, I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm gonna hit the hay.
Dorson will take first watch and first pumping duty.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, disadvantage, because you are distracted by pumping and you're not like walking out to watch, you're just pumping.
Oh, okay.
By the way, before we do rest, Prissa will set up her
Alarm.
tiny hut.
Oh, okay.
I don't have alarm, unfortunately, not yet.
18.
I got you covered on alarm.
Alarm, you set up alarm?
Nope. Weapon of warning has bigger range than alarm.
True. So, as you sit there pumping Dorzen, you keep an eye out at the mouth of the cave, and you do hear that massive bird-like creature flap its wings on by. But it doesn't settle, it just keeps going. It seems to be hunting and prowling in the area. Nothing else over the whirling winds. And as you keep pumping this over the next 2-hour, 3-hour watches, what are we doing? 2?
Probably 2.
2s? 2, and then done? Alrighty. The water level hasn't decreased, but you've pumped a fuck ton of it into the open. You even have to like take a break sometime and go out there and look, and like it is flooding and it's flooding the area.
Whenever Jimmy would wake up, understanding how, like aqueducts work and aquifers, he'd probably put a stop to the pumping.
So what watch was Jimmy planning on taking?
Probably the last one, if I'm being honest. Like, because I was eager to get to bed, so.
Yeah, Elorn would probably not pump anything because he knew it was. He found out it was salt water, and that means this thing is connected to the sea somehow. We can't pump out the sea.
It's water in a mountain.
Not with that attitude, we can't.
Don't say it. Don't say it's impossible. We can do it. I'll use a wish spell to make all the oceans run dry.
We'll
and
certainly
thus
try.
the end of Exandria.
God. Good thing Scanlan lost Wish. Whew.
So, just to get sort of the shape of this well that we're discovering, it's basically like a bucket with a trapdoor at the end, at the bottom, right?
Presumably.
And the trapdoor is closed.
Yeah.
So it's not. It doesn't. There's no reason to believe that it's really connected to anything.
Somebody painted a door on the bottom of a well just to tempt people.
Well, I did say this Fae here.
Yeah.
That is a good question. Do I know if this is a common Fae trick?
Roll a history check.
Let's see.
14.
Oh yeah, I do know the location of the Fae. Was it Dorson?
Oh, yes. And more in the water.
Oh, there was more Fae in the water. Ah.
It's not a common trick, Dorzen, but it is a trick. It's not painted. It is a door, but the door leads into a place where they can't really escape from most of the time. Unless, of course, they beach themselves.
Wait, did you say beach themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, at the end of Dorzin's watch, he's gonna put a little sign that says, "Faye, bullshit. We're leaving when we wake up." And I go to sleep.
Alarian,
Like a freaking Looney Tunes cartoon.
Alarian, your second watch?
Yeah. Elharn would, if he didn't do it earlier, he would mention to Dorson now that there are Fae in the water. Before he heads to bed. And is it possible you could maybe talk to them? Ask them what is down there, yes?
Who were you asking?
Dorson, wasn't he the one who had the watch?
He had the first watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're second. So, you have to wake someone up to replace your watch.
So,
Yeah. I think Dorson is stuffing his face. Alarian's been talking to you this whole time.
I'm sorry, I thought he said he was doing something about the Fae.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I tuned out because I thought you were doing something else.
I do not speak their language, but you do. If you could possibly ask them, we are not here to do any harm.
I can try. Don't expect any miracles. Humor.
Well, you are their kin. There should be a good chance, at least.
But you need to look up how Fae deal with each other. I guess I walk over to the pool of water.
Already?
I'm gonna try primordial because it's water.
Okay.
Say, hey, so I know you're down there. You wanna come up here and talk, or do you? Otherwise, we're just going to leave you here to rot.
Roll persuasion.
Alarm, you're just hearing.
Blub, 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 blub.
Strange language.
Effectively, what Aquin is. Is it persuasion?
Yes.
Yeah, I got something in that. 12.
Right. You feel as though you have the attention of something, though of course you see nothing down there. Nothing talks to you.
All right, suit yourself, I guess.
You
When's
have the
next time
attention.
You're going
You're
to see someone who can talk to you.
Well, do you believe they understand common? Or celestial, perhaps?
That would depend on the nature of the Fae, right?
Usually.
Yeah. It depends on what exactly is down there.
Keep it down. I'm trying to sleep here.
Well, there are Fae in the pool. You're just trying to make friends, yes?
Dorzen, Alarin, I have a very stupid idea, and I think it might work.
I am all in.
I take my rope, tie it around my backside, and tie the other end to Alarin. You go down and talk to them.
I do not speak well underwater. Perhaps if someone would cast a spell on me, but they are sleeping. Should we wake them up or wait till morning?
I have another idea. I untie Alarin and throw the rope into water. The part that's not connected to me. I'm fishing for Fae.
Alrighty.
It's your bait. I mean, if you're fishing, you gotta have that bait.
You notice the very odd sensation as roughly 40 feet of rope is tossed into the water and it stretches down maybe 2 feet. From perception.
Okay. Come on, you know you want it. I shake around the rope.
Roll me a
Well, that's all
perception
my
check,
ideas.
both of you.
I got a
Okay.
passive 22.
Yes, you do. Roll one. You're focused on something. You're not passive about it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Delaren is just.
Oh, that was so close to a 19.
So close. Nope. Okay. From back behind the two of you, cuddling up to Professor Urich, you hear a very quieted voice speaking in Primordial. Well, hello there. You turn your head around and this individual seems to just be stroking the fur of Professor Urich, dripping water down in this area. And their blue skin and green textured hair flowing all the way back with the constant precipitation about their body. Just petting.
Delaren will just bow in a greeting way since he doesn't know the language.
Oh, that is a good slave. I like this one. What do you ask to talk? Talk.
So in my head, this is a sea elf, right? Or is this actually something else?
This is something else.
Okay.
Roll a
Well, most
nature
of it-
check if you're curious.
I am actually curious.
Yeah.
Can I as well?
Sure.
Yay.
Okay.
18.
I'm pretty shit. Yeah, I have no idea.
Two
Lauren,
nat
there,
ones within a
there
roll
must
of each
be
other.
really sweaty. No, this is not a sea elf at all. This is a dryad.
A water dryad.
Yes.
Okay. We're running into a lot of weird dryads.
Yeah.
Well, mostly I'm wondering why you put salt water in an ice mountain.
So when they get down there, they beach themselves. They can't drink it and survive.
I mean, that's true. But at the same time, I don't see many people finding this one.
Oh, there's a few. There's been quite a few.
The bird doesn't take away any of that.
Oh, no, probably, but we don't bother the bird and people come here to hide from it. Looks over at the one body. Ah, that one got away. Puts down Professor Urich, goes over and starts stroking the head of the dead person. Very same manner.
Is that thing friendly?
I am not a thing
Is he speaking in common now?
now.
I am quite sorry.
It's
I
okay.
meant no offense.
It's fine. I understand the stupidity of you all. But friendly is a subjective term. We can be friendly. I like having friends. They're great.
Yes.
It's always good to have friends. So tell me, friend, have you explored outside this cave?
Dude, yes, just now. Kind of sucked me up and threw me out there.
He was the water I pumped out. We freaking.
So what you're saying
This
is,
reminds me of something, but I can't remember what. That's gonna annoy me.
Wait, so you were not in the water, you were the water.
Well, yes, the water is all of us. You know how the majority of your body is water? A lot more.
Yeah. Hmm, curious.
So, I presume you are keeping yourself sanctuary from the bird, as you called it.
What do you call it?
Friend. Yeah, it's friendly enough. It came here as a tiny egg. Brought it with us. It was adorable. Not
That's
sure who I
a
stole
fey
it from.
creature?
Yeah.
With that knowledge, can I roll again for whatever the fuck this is?
Roll another nature check.
Ah!
I mean, it sounds odd that that's a fey creature. You don't know any fey creatures that get that big. Nothing in the Feywild is that big unless it's an actual forest, and those are creatures
Never heard
or
of
bodies of water and stuff like that. But like, not an individual like solid creature.
Never heard of something that wasn't nature getting that big.
Well, you could only grow to the size of the captivity you are kept in, boss. When we found the Ortag. So sad.
Vortog?
You're not gonna find it anywhere.
Okay. No, I feel like notes.
Yeah. Well, we found it as a tiny egg, and we decided, hey, since we're coming here, why not take it with us? It could be fun. And it has been fun. Very fun.
Yes, you are not hurting people here, are you?
Me? Of course not. I would never lay a hand on a single person in harm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to insight that.
Go for it.
Like, Dorzen gives you a look. You don't even need to incite that.
What's with my role?
I don't know. However, the individual seemed incredibly honest and earnest to you.
Yeah. Well, that is good.
So I'm curious. Can it understand us, or is its own language too rough?
Oh, it understands primordial just fine, but aside from that, it doesn't speak very much, and it can listen, but only to those of us that raised it. So I'm curious, what is that crystal contraption you summoned to, well, spoil me from my warmth?
Oh, that's something those two came up with. It's magic, but also what they have here they call technology. It's like magic, but you don't use magic to make it, but you can use it with it. I don't know what it is, but it's something new that they've started doing.
That's weird. I don't like that.
Artificing, I believe they called it.
Very weird.
We were curious about the door at the bottom at the water.
Oh, if you're curious, just go down.
I am skeptical.
You know, curiosity doesn't always kill the cat.
It has not so far. But this one I am skeptical about.
That's no fun.
Well, while this is happening, I'm pulling my rope back. Did the part that disappeared get cut off, or is it all back?
It's all back.
Okay.
The water is deceptively deep. It's not just 40 feet.
It's always... Actually, that's a good question. How long have you been here?
time is weird. Here time is simpler, but that makes it more complicated to me.
How many courts have gone through?
400?
Ooh.
So roughly 100 years.
Wow, you've been here longer than me.
But yeah, we came over as soon as we were able to stash ourselves. Those stupid elves.
Did you hitch a ride on the city? Are you one of them?
We did.
They are so annoyed at the ones that won't leave. It's hilarious.
Yes, but well, there is no point in pumping out more water, at least.
Oh, I would ask that you didn't. I mean, I did enjoy getting out of here for once. That was nice.
So you are trapped in there?
No. Just didn't think to leave.
Ah, I see.
Not gonna say the suction. That was a doozy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want us to leave some of it so you can just do that whenever you want?
Oh, that could be a fun trick. Leave it.
Alright.
And we'll count it as...
I'll make sure they leave it.
We'll count us as fair for the disturbance. Sound good?
Agreed.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, since the two of you are here, are you interested in making any trades?
Well,
What's you selling?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever these people had on them when they died. But they're not using it, so we took it.
Fair enough.
That's the problem. A lot of mortals like the showmanship. You got to like pull it out of your pants or something. Show them what it is. Otherwise, they don't trust you.
No, I don't think I'll do that.
All right, that's fine. You do you.
Well, from what I have heard, you appreciate song, correct?
Good
Music.
songs. We like good songs.
I don't think I've ever heard you play. Have you been holding out on me?
Yes, you heard me play. It is quite some time ago now. It was before we got picked up by Scanlan.
Flashback. Keep doing the scene.
Yeah, I got a natural 20 on the Ocarina check. First session, I think.
Yep.
Well, I will play to my best of my ability, and you can decide if it was worth it, yes?
Fine. I will give you a reasonable gift for your performance.
Dorson, would you mind giving me the touch of the raven for a quite little bit? Guidance.
Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Like, I just pat you on the shoulder and cast guidance because this is still very new to Dorson.
Yeah.
Just give him pats, that's all.
Yes. That was quite nice. Thank you very much.
Go ahead, roll your performance.
The horseman pets the cat man.
And you know what? I'm just going to use my session inspiration.
Sure.
25.
So, as you begin playing the ocarina, creating a very soft, quieted melody, and it soothes through the room, and you're being conscientious not to wake your allies, correct?
Yeah,
A more calm, soothing harmonic.
But yes, still quite upbeat, but not too loud.
Alrighty. The performance is astounding, and the Dryad is just sitting there leaning on their hand going, that wasn't bad. Surprise. The last one who tried to give me a performance, I gave them a treat they were deserving of.
Yeah. Well, I am glad it was to your enjoyment.
Yeah, wasn't bad. Well, let me go get you something. They stand up, walk over to the water, and bloop, drop inside immediately, and you no longer see them.
Comes up with a dire crab.
Do you think they will actually come back?
It depends on how long they think they're taking.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like,
Well, but the Fae are not one to break a bargain, if I am correct.
They don't lie.
that's true. Very, very true.
A Fae may manipulate the truth, but they will never lie. Yours and you are aware of this.
Yeah.
It goes against their code of honor. Lying is simple. It's easy. Doing that is just a stupid way out of it. It's disrespectful to their culture.
But
Manipulating
twisting
the truth, that takes skill.
Yep.
So, after about an hour, Dorzen, you're really feeling tired, so do you want to go to sleep, or?
I'm gonna stay up to the point where right before I will get exhaustion, but when I hit that point, I'm gonna go to sleep. I don't trust Alarin to be alone with this Fae.
Don't worry. My sword will wake you up if something bad happens, yes?
He's still gonna stay up right before the point of exhaustion, though. If that makes sense. Like, he's gonna feel tired tomorrow, but not exhausted.
You're only not going to get exhaustion if you get your 8 hours of rest. So, there's no pseudo exhaustion. It's going to be exhaustion.
No, I was just trying to clarify, like, as long as I can while still getting 8 hours.
Yeah.
I should have just said that.
Worst case, we can always extend the
longer.
rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you're both staying awake. Alarin, 2 hours for your watch goes by, and they're still not back. You know it's about time for you to wake up the next person, if you wish.
Yeah, I'll just let him sleep.
Alrighty. Another 2 hours go by. You let Jimmy keep sleeping as well?
I'll wake Jimmy up. He's already gotten his full rest, so.
Alrighty. Jimmy, you're woken up by Alarin, not Yurik, and Dorzen, who's sitting in the corner looking very tired.
Jimmy, you're leaving that pump.
Yes.
I'm going to go to bed now.
Yes, I will.
Do not agree to anything. And then he falls asleep.
Yes, yeah. You see, Jimmy, we promised the pump to the Fae who live in the water. They found it, well, sort of joyous being sucked out through the pipes.
Okay.
Yes. There seems to be plenty of Fae creatures in the water. I believe dryads was what they call themselves. And it appears I made a trade with them. My performance for something of theirs. Not quite sure what it will be yet, though.
So we're not going to the bottom of the well.
No, it appears to be quite much deeper than what it seems. Fate trickery, I believe Thorson called it.
Oh, suit yourself.
Alrighty. So, another 2 hours go by, and Sir Yurik, you feel great. You slept as much as you needed, and then some. It's so rare that you have an opportunity to sleep in, and it takes you a good moment before you are very alarmed by the fact that you slept in. And same for Prissa, but you usually get to sleep all night because nobody wakes you up.
I'll just go to sleep after waking Jimmy up. Do you wake me up if they come back? Yes.
All right. So 2 hours past that point, Sir Yurik, you're now waking up.
What? Jimmy?
They said, don't go into the water, something about a fae. You know,
What? What's the? Why
care
didn't
about the
you?
door.
I feel surprisingly relaxed. I mean, what's the word? Well, why didn't you wake me up?
Your turn.
Yeah, well,
I mean, we're
Well,
all getting up at this point in time, so
well, yes, I was supposed to have one of the watches, I believe, but oh well. What was that about the water you said?
yeah, we're not supposed to like mess with it, and something about leaving the pump. I mean, don't really think we're taking it with us anyway, so.
Okay, and why, may I ask?
I didn't really understand that myself, so I don't think explaining it's going to help any.
Right.
Do you want to carry it?
If I want to carry the
The
pump?
pump?
Not particularly.
Let's go with that reason then. Nobody wants to carry the pump. We're leaving it.
Fair enough. I just thought you might use the.
I'd ask Lauren. I was very confused by what he tried explaining to
Right.
me.
Well, it's your pump. I mean, if you want to leave it, that's your business. I'm not going to. I'm curious, but I'll leave it be.
I think they might have been drinking last night or something. A lot of what he said didn't make any sense.
Drinking. All right. Do we have any alcohol with us?
And just then, a conch shell hits Jimmy in the head.
Not exactly.
Right.
No, sorry, I was just imagining. Then you said when he was asking that, then he turns and looks at Pressa, and she's still got some apple juice in her other flasks.
However, Jimmy, you do see a very sweaty-skinned blue creature tinkering in the back of Ouch, like inside the back, like pulling things apart and looking.
What? Excuse me? Hello?
Oh, hello. Hi.
What? Oh, what? Hi.
Is this one of these contraption things? He like lifts it up and goes, "What do you do with this horde?"
I immediately pull my sword
Do I understand
and
this?
just what?
It's speaking
who are
common
you?
right now. Me? Oh, who I am is not important. I had a conversation with your friends last night. I told them I would hurry.
You're not breaking Ouch, are you?
This thing has a name. Flips on the other side and looks at the face.
It's probably just Jimmy's initials somewhere.
Okay. Places it down. I don't like those things.
I sheathe my sword. And where did you come from?
There.
Exactly.
Points at the water.
Right. So, Okay, so you came in from the other side of the trapdoor, or?
Yes.
Okay, well.
Your friend played a song for me last night. I told them that I would compensate him fairly. Good deal for a good deal. I don't know what the use of this stuff is, and starts like has a giant sack of jingling objects and just keeps tossing it up and down and goes, seems pretty useless, and just throws it. It scatters everywhere, and you see nothing but platinum, silver, and gold.
Ouch. Collect those, please. I walk over to Alarin and I like nudge him.
Ouch's one leg is sticking straight out, but it is still functioning.
Yes, Jimmy.
Yeah, that thing you were talking about, I think it's
Person.
Yeah. It's here.
Yes, I'm sorry. You were gone for quite a few hours. I thought I would get some sleep in.
Was it that long? I thought I heard
I do
it
not-
back.
No worries. It is all well.
Yes, I give you the shiny flat things. We don't much need them.
Yeah, yes. That will do very nicely. Thank you very much.
So am I correct in assuming that you live here? Is that it? Or
Well, I don't die here.
I guess I'll take that as a yes. Do you know what happened to this guy? And I point at a corpse over the.
I do.
Right. Could you please tell me what happened to him?
Sure, he died.
Right, but who? Do you know who killed him?
Not personally.
So did you see who killed him?
Yes.
Right. Could you describe them to me?
I want to say I could.
Can you?
I can.
Will you?
No.
Right. This is going nowhere.
It was not one of you, was it?
It was.
Yes.
I don't know if you know this. You want to happen to have seen any like wandering Goliaths around this area?
Oh, I have.
Oh, okay.
They
Yeah.
hate us.
Where'd you last see them?
The last one I saw came down into the hole. They had 3 others with them. They all they pulled sticks from one of their hands to decide who was going down. Short stick.
You would not happen to have seen any one of them wearing a green gem of sorts, would you?
Green moss under the arm. Green hair dyed, presumably. It didn't look natural. No gems. I like gems.
Yes.
Insight check while asleep.
I'll just be over here meditating. I'm preparing my
You
spells.
didn't happen to see where those Goliaths went, did you?
Oh, yes, I did. They went up the mountain and then down the mountain. The other side.
Oh.
You know, up and then down.
Well, thank you for that.
Oh, no problem. Now, what are you giving me for this information?
Let's see.
I already have your song. I don't need another.
Yes, I
What
understand.
information would you like?
I like this one. It goes over and like scratches your head. I like this one. What is your middle name?
middle?
Yeah.
I don't have a middle.
You don't have a middle name.
No.
Your God-given name.
Oh, tilt over.
That is all.
I'm going to meditate for an hour and then prepare my spells, and after that I'm going to cast Speak with Dead on the corpse.
Alrighty. During that time, the individual is like looking at the pump and like trying to figure out exactly how it works. Like very curious about this creation that you have.
I'd explain everything.
Okay.
What time would Krista wake up? Is she's? 'Cause I
Oh,
assume she's still
I'm
sleeping.
sorry. You were away when I said you were awake.
Sorry.
How long
I
till
didn't know.
Dorzen wakes up?
About 4 hours.
Well, can I say that now that I'm back and everything, that now Krista's
Sure.
waking up, maybe she slept in a bit?
Yeah.
Elarn will pick up the coins and bid the dryad farewell or good night and go back to sleep.
Hello, little
What's
thing.
going on? Oh, hi there.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Sure it
who are you?
is.
Who are you?
Who am I? That is a rude question to ask.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
Just call me the pool.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you up at the pool.
Yes, it is.
That's that's the pump me and Jimmy were working on.
Yes, it's a
Before,
fantastic ride. Liked it. Can you demonstrate for me? Jimmy? Tilt over?
I'm right next to him. So
All right. They jump into the water, not even a splash.
I just start pumping away.
At some point while you're pumping, you hear the and then the individual comes walking back out. That's just so much fun.
It's different.
So much fun.
That does seem like quite a bit of fun when it's like used like that.
When you get to the grinding part, it really, mixes you up a bit. But anyways, all of you can leave now. I suggest you travel early morning. Our friend likes to sleep in. Hence towards the
friend-
evening.
I guess the friend is the friend the big
Really
bird?
big bird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know what race that is? That species?
I do know the species.
Will you tell me?
Depends what you'll tell me.
Well, what would you like to know?
So many things, so many things. I want to know his birth name. Points at Dorzen.
You do not know what he is referring to.
Well, I know him as Dorzen. I believe that's his birth name.
It is not.
Oh.
You cannot tell me his birth name?
Well, I mean, I can ask him.
Oh, please do.
Well, he's asleep right now. I shouldn't wake him at the moment.
Well, then come back whenever you feel adventurous.
Can I insight check this person?
Sure. This person is incredibly hard to get a solid read on. They are chaos embodied. But you're all boring now. Goodbye. Jumps into the water.
Bye. That was weird.
So T-3 hours till I wake up.
Yeah, more or less. Everybody has time to eat, get refreshed, pack up, and Dorzen is just waking up.
Well, actually, I was gonna do something real quick.
Okay.
Since Prissa is actually honestly curious. She is going to flash recall again because I did switch out the.
It's early morning. You
service
can
spell.
prepare whatever you want. You don't
No, 'cause I
start
would-
prepared. You spend an hour preparing.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, no, because I did when I flash recalled, I changed dream to the creation, so now I'm changing it back, and so now I'm going to go into Dorzen's dream.
Okay. Dorzen, what's your dream? Do you want to roll a d20 to find out if it's a good, bad, or kind of dream?
Actually, yes. I think I can build from that context.
All right. 10 to 12 or 10 to 16 below 10 bad, above 16 good. You're having just an average dream for Dorzen.
Dorzen's on a boat.
Yeah, I was actually about to say too. It's like whatever the situation, Prissa comes in riding on some sort of boat towards Dorzen. Even if it's on land, it's on a boat.
So Dorzen, as you're sitting there looking at the boat, adjusting the sails and having a more or less enjoyable dream, you see Prissa riding up on a tiny little rowboat.
Hey, Dorzen, I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
You were not here.
Yeah, I am actually. May I board, Captain?
I don't know, Captain. Can she board?
You look behind Dorzen, and there's a man standing there with a bit of a bushier, unkept beard, mostly grayed and black, and just stands up straight and goes, "Sure, why not?"
Prissa uses the magic power of dream magic to just
The wave
kind of fly
lifts you
onto
up
the boat.
and puts your entire rowboat on top of the boat.
I'm asleep, aren't I?
Yeah, and I woke up, but then there was this weird sweaty person, and they
You
were
met the
asked.
Dryad.
Oh, it was a dryad. They said their name was the Pool, but they also mentioned that he wanted to know your name, or at least your birth name, but I didn't know what it was, and I don't know. Is that something I shouldn't ask, or is
Dorzen has always been a stonewalled person. Now he looks pensive at you. You do not ask a Fae their true name. If one ever tells you one, it is the ultimate form of trust. And it is not something to repeat to others.
okay? I understand. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Is there a special reason for that though? Because I've never heard of that till now.
I actually don't know the mythology of this world that well. I do know other mythology where you can gain power over them by knowing their name. I don't know if that rule applies here.
It does. Knowing a Fae's name means you can command them to do things. Speaking
Kind of like-
their name is an enchanting process that forces them to follow through with anything that would not lead them to harming themselves directly.
That's kind of the same thing with demons and devils too, isn't it?
Yep. Most astral creatures, knowing their true name is an incredibly dangerous thing. That's why gods don't use their real names. They have different terminologies that you call them by. The Raven Queen. None of you know her real name. Even after
What?
being inside her castle. The Raven Queen.
No, maybe she just is waiting for that one person to show up and actually get to know her instead of know her title, you know?
Sure.
Freaking. The only person who might know is the angel, because he was there before she became the Raven Queen. And even then, magic would probably have erased it from his brain.
Anyways, sorry for intruding on your dream.
It is
I know it can
fine,
be
Krista.
personal.
Would you like to meet the captain?
Oh, sure. It's nice to meet you. And she holds up her hand to shake his hand.
He goes, shakes your hand, and you feel a wooden hand grasps yours and shakes. Good to meet
Krista,
you.
Captain Wolfgang. Captain Wolfgang, Krista.
It's a pleasure to meet you in the dream world.
It's a pleasure to meet you in this world, too. I really appreciate it.
I do as well. You seem like a very nice man. Hey, Dorzen, something I wanted to ask is if, well, I remember that you mentioned before that you wanted to teach me how to use weapons before, and I didn't mean to intrude now, and I got in trouble for it before, but do you think we could use this time sometimes when we're asleep to maybe practice in the dream world? Would that be okay, or?
For learning the forms, I don't see a problem with it. Building the muscle to actually use them would not translate, I don't think.
I thought that was why it's called muscle memory, or...
Yes, but
maybe
if your muscles aren't capable of doing what they remember, then they'll hurt themselves.
Oh.
You can try. I don't know. It would probably take longer than normally training you.
And also, Prissa, while you cast Dream, you are not dreaming, which means you are not long resting. The other individual still is, but you aren't.
I thought it was you basically use it to, like, sleep as well, or trance.
No, it is you are projecting yourself into their thing, doing an active activity. You are not resting during this time.
Oh.
Yeah. So, when your friend did it with Jimmy, he accepted that. It's your choice. Again, none of you know the whole Jimmy thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
I guess on the topic of names and stuff, we're friends, right, Dorzen? Like, good friends.
Dorzen leans down and puts his hand on Prissa's shoulder. You are the closest person I am to in this world.
Well, I mean, what about Captain Wolfgang there? She kind of gestures to the captain.
Captain just strikes a pose. Doors is not a very creative individual. His dreams are pretty generic.
I was about to say, when he strikes the pose, is there just a barrel that appears there so he can Captain Morgan
Absolutely,
that?
Yeah.
Prissa, everyone on this ship, I do not know if they're even alive or if they were also sold.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Just, well, the reason I brought it up was because it's sort of been weighing heavily on me. Is something my parents had asked me to do was to take this one book from the Lyceum, and they promised that if it's that happened, it would be enough that they would stop their activities, which I guess I gotta confess, they're not good business people. They're con men and women.
Have they ever promised this before?
Aww. They need attention. Give it to them now.
That timing was awesome.
He was dreaming and he woke himself.
Poor boy.
That was a bad dream.
And we were just talking about dreams and casting. Man, this episode.
Chris, stop
That's
trolling
no
the
dream.
dog, damn it. I won't allow
No.
this. PvP, fine, not the dog.
Yeah, player versus player, not player versus pet.
Exactly.
You know, the Prissa doesn't exactly answer, but she looks a little shaken, and she does slowly nod.
Then they are liars.
I know they are, but this is the biggest score, as they put it, that they encountered. It would be enough that they could do it, and I mean,
Prisa, let me ask you this. Do they do it because of the money, or they do it because they find it enjoyable, or they love the challenge?
I don't know. I think it has to be the money. I mean, I don't know. Actually, Jero, would I know that?
There's been very few points in your life where you went without something that you wanted, to the degree that they could afford to send you to the Lyceum. They've stolen a lot to sustain themselves, to live however they wish, wherever they wish, whenever they wish. Money has never been an object to them. Now, not to say that there wasn't nights where you were hungry because they mismanaged money, but seems both. Sometimes they really need money, other times they love the challenge.
It might be a little bit of both. It varies depending.
Prisa, I grew up with the best con artists in existence. Fey creatures. And your parents have proven that they are liars. I do not believe that there will ever be a last time.
But that's not. I don't know if that's true though. I mean, they might be able to change. I can look at my great aunt. She was able to not be like outside of the family. She was, and she's even. Priscilla's just kind of like is getting all teary-eyed, and she's just she keeps like trying to start something, but she keeps stopping real quick, and she can't just find the words.
Prisa. And Thorson pulls you into like a big hug. You can't save people who do not want to be saved.
He just starts weeping into the hug.
No. This will persist until the last 3 hours go by, which during a dream is much faster. Alarin, it was 23 silver, 16 gold, 2 platinum.
That seems like a lot smaller considering how big that purse he was throwing around looked like.
There was also a lot of rocks in there. Slightly shinier, but not gems.
Micah.
One more thing too before Prissa does end the dream as well. Like once she's red-eyed in the dream, just can't cry anymore. She gets out of the hug. It's like, thank you, Dawson. Well, thank you. I guess one more thing. I should just. You're my friend, and I trust you. So my real last name isn't Tristfoot. It's Trickfoot. And then she ends the dream.
Incidentally enough, you both wake up at this point.
Okay, so so the Dryad came back. What happened? as everyone's getting ready to leave, apparently.
Yeah.
So doors and slept in.
Well, is no one going to tell him?
Well, I was asleep till I woke up, and I already told you what I saw in the dream. Did anything else happen, or was that it?
Wait, did Prissa tell me about like Jimmy giving Faye his name?
Oh no, I was saying that since I was away at the time, Prissa was still asleep when that happened.
Yeah. So Doris is making sure no other crazy crap happened while he was asleep, is what he asked the group.
It liked the pump and told us where the Goliaths were heading, so we got everything we need. It threw some gold around too.
Really? He told you where the Goliaths went?
Said that they were drawing straws and they came. One of them went down, and then the rest of them went up the mountain and down the other side.
DM, does that seem overly generous?
Absolutely. Faye don't even tell you which direction is north.
And what did he get in return for that information?
He asked us questions and asked if I had a middle name. I didn't have one. Asked if I had a last name, and that was it.
Would I have
So I
been
know
able-
the significance of that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Would I have been able to cast Speak with Dead?
Yes.
at this
I'm
point?
sorry, I forgot about that.
No worries.
Everybody's
I did-
going in 13 different directions, so
Yeah.
No, it's because
After-
we're trying to distract you away from something that could actually help us progress.
yeah,
you
plot
know?
points. But look at this pretty little side quest. So you go over to the dead body and you cast Speak with Dead, and immediately the jaw slacks open and looks over at you.
And I simply say, "What was your name in life?"
Merlot.
Merlot. Okay. Let me just write it down here. And who or what killed you?
The water creatures killed me for tricking them.
Where did you live?
Beneath the mountain.
What did you do in life?
This is your last question?
No, I have that one and one other.
Oh, you get 5 questions from this.
Yep.
Sell the sword. Protect our families. Retrieval of product.
Mm-hmm. And what is the name of your next of kin?
I'm just making sure with the spell if they're always going to be honest with you or not.
They are not compelled to tell the truth, if
Yeah.
I remember the wording right.
Unless, of course, they're in a zone of truth, because that's what they did that one time.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then they just they have to answer, so yeah, that's a good stacking mechanism.
It says answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it, or it recognizes you as an enemy.
Okay. I just wanted to see if it would actually answer you or not, because that's kind of a subjective thing.
Yep.
The House Torg is my next of kin.
The house, what? Tuog?
Torg. Turag. Sorry.
All right. Rest well. And the spell fades.
Body collapses yet again. Roll me a history there, Yurik.
All right.
And Dorzen, since... Oh, this would have happened before you woke up. Never mind.
History.
You have no idea. I mean, House Torg would suggest, some level of, nobility or, community, but nothing that you're aware of.
No. Well, so I asked a few questions to the corpse. I'm not sure if you were paying attention, guys, but well, apparently his name was Merlo of House Torg.
Are you doing this once Dorzen and Prissa wakes up or before?
Well, I suppose before they wake up.
Okay.
He says he was killed by the water creatures for tricking them. And he was a sellsword who lived beneath the mountain. That's... Well, I'm not sure if Jimmy or Elarin, if you've heard of the name of the House of Torg.
Neither
Is
of
it
you.
Torag or Torg?
Let's go with Torg because it's easier to say.
Yep.
Neither of you have ever heard of that before. That's
Right.
Yeah, I believe Elarin would also still be sleeping for another hour. He'll wake up 2 hours before Dorson, but
Yeah, I'll just repeat it to the other guys.
All right.
When they wake up. just in
Fast
case
forward,
they've heard
everybody
it.
wakes up, you repeat.
What do you mean you told him your name?
What?
I believe that's at Jimmy.
Fast forwarding.
Yeah.
He asked my name and I told him.
I'm going to explain to you while we walk. Do I know what the place Yurik was talking about?
Roll me a history check with advantage. Seventeen. You're familiar with them, although you've never had any direct interactions other than when you were first sold.
Oh no!
It is a drow house.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Why not?
'Cause they're this. And I point to my
Oh.
slave tattoo. They do this.
yeah, well, that eases my mind about the Dryads killing him then.
Yes. Likewise.
Although that could mean that tunnel eventually would lead to the Underdark. Possibly.
It's possible, but we are not going there quite yet.
Yes, let's refrain from going there if we can.
Yes, and I do believe the Dryads in the water wanted us to leave and told us the big bird will be sleeping early in the morning.
All right. Well, then let's make the most of it and get going.
Alrighty.
I need to. I'm sorry.
What? Dorzen?
I was starting to talk and I didn't realize. I thought he was finished with his thought.
Were you?
I was just gonna say as they left, Elarin would bow towards the pool and say goodbye.
Very respectful. So, Dorzen, what were you saying?
Dorzen was going to say, all right, it puts Jimmy on his saddle. I was like, all right, you and me need to talk about do's and don'ts with Faye.
Okay.
Gave him your name.
He asked my name.
You gave your name as payment for information.
No, he asked the question and I answered it.
Names are really important.
Yeah, of course they are. That's how we know what things are. I mean,
for the next hour and a half, Dorzen's going to try to beat into Jimmy's head the importance of never telling a Fae your name.
Give a charisma check, Dorzen.
I do not have that.
Then can I do some
try.
sort of check to see if I know the whole significance with names now that I've kind of got this context?
You know the Fae end. The question
I
is
got a
to know
-2 wisdom. I don't know shit about no Fae.
Yeah. Let's do the charisma check, and Prissa, this is something that you would have to be deeply engrossed in their culture to know, and that's a Dorzen thing. Jimmy, roll an insight on this. The DC has to be pretty high considering he didn't do that. Okay, the best you get is apparently they can trick you using your name somehow. But that's kind of stupid, because how can they trick you with your own name? It's a name.
You didn't trick me. I just...
No, I think what it might be is, Jimmy, it might be a case of stolen identity. When, now that they know your name,
That
they
happens.
can steal your identity, and they can use your name to do bad things, maybe.
I
or
mean,
just
my-
things that
Like
could
tax
bankrupt
evasion.
you.
If they're gonna do bad things with my name, I mean, he picked the wrong halfling.
I want to roll a religion check, or I'm not sure, it might be arcane. If I know of the concept of true names.
Roll a religion. You do not. Your studies have not stretched that far.
No.
Not even the baseline understanding of it. Yeah. Other than the phrase, a name holds power.
Yeah.
Which is a very noble thing to say.
Yeah.
But
You
anyways.
could argue in the name of whoever is also
Right.
God or noble.
So, you all gather your things together, head outside. You start climbing up the side of the mountain, as you were told that is where they went. Up the mountain, down the other side. Previously, there was 4 of them. Now, there was 3, but that's what you heard from them. Maybe there was more, maybe there was less. Who honestly really knows? However, you begin traveling upwards, and it's becoming pretty difficult to traverse over top of this mountain pass. I do need a survival check from whoever's taking the lead, with one person being able to assist them.
Just as a side note too, I'm chained to somebody because I'm.
You're on the saddle.
Yes, with Prissa. Also,
so you're chained on the saddle to Dorzen. Got it.
And would the compass help any? Oh, never mind.
yeah, I was also gonna say, before we did leave, Prissa would have ritual cast Phantom Steed for Yurik.
Shh, the steed can't climb a mountain. You're climbing the mountain.
Terrain's too uneven.
Yeah.
Dorzen's getting by with the horseshoes and magic.
Can I
However,
use Malleable Illusion to give this Phantom Steed spider legs?
You gave her that ability.
I didn't give it. The fucking rulebook did. Let's look at Phantom Steed. It is an illusion spell. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. You can do so
Giant
much.
spider.
with illusion.
It's also some abomination of a horse. It's a horse spider. Like what?
You could also just make it into a complete spider. with a fucking recliner chair on it.
It's no. So yeah.
It's a horse.
What it is, it's like a Dryder, except it's got a horse head instead of the human half upper body.
Yeah. It's a very
Tiger
disturbing thing, but Sir
Gigantic.
Yurik, you don't have to climb. You're just being carried up. It's great. Every hour you have to recast that and then change. But anyways, on a 27, it's a bit of a treacherous path up there. It's a sheer drop down to your first stabilizing point, which you can climb up easily with the Phantom Steed. Because it's a fucking spider steed. Okay. Illusion wizards might be the most broken at higher levels. We'll find out. But anyways, you get up there, and you see that there's actually like a mountain pass that can be traversed through. Very easily walked. A bit crunchy underfoot, but much easier for the rest of your companions if they get up to this sheer ledge. So you send the steed on back, and it can one by one carry everyone aside from Dorzen.
And Alarin will climb up on his own.
Yeah.
Right. Giddy up and let's go. Should be.
Wait, so you're saying the path is normal again, Jero?
Well, it's a sheer drop to this cliff that gives you a path to walk across the mountain that Yurik managed to find through his incredibly high survival check.
Okay.
Instead of doing like climbing, walking, it's all right, guys, one hurdle. And if you take the steed one by one, you all go up there. Aside from Dorzen, how are you getting Dorzen up there?
Oh, I can. Prissa can cast fly on him.
All right, you fly on up.
And in fact, since I can do up to well, no, I have to be high level for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just Dorzen.
All right. But everybody else goes up with the steed, you recast the steed, and this is a very good pathway. It seems naturally grown into the mountains. It divots downwards and bows, and some of the snow has settled, but it's at that like slight angle where the snow can still roll off the edge very easily, and you start walking through. With your survival check, Yurik, you come across a large divot in the side of the mountain. A pile of snow that's been impressed and then has been filling up slowly over a period of time. It's the size of a very large person.
Right. There might be giants in the area, guys.
Not that large. I did say person.
Oh, well. Hey, giants are people too.
No, not in this campaign.
Right. Well, maybe not giants, but I suspect we're not too far from any Goliaths.
You found the body.
Not exactly a body, no. More like tracks after one.
Nah. See.
Well, not after body, but yeah, a Goliath.
Yeah, perhaps they were resting here.
Yep, I suppose so. And does it seem like they were traveling alone?
Would you like to roll another survival check to start tracking them? The previous one was to find a pathway, so.
Right.
Yeah, Alarin will help you.
All right, advantage.
Yeah, I'll cast guidance on myself.
Of course. Roll that D4.
Yep. Let's see.
It looks like there was a bit of a tuffle between them. That indent looked like one of them fell face first into it. And then you start moving the snow away and like feeling out the area. The section of the mountain has about a foot wide indent with a solid surface as well, which when you put your fist up to it, it looks like a much bigger fist punch into it that broke this section open. So apparently there was a bit of a scuffle between all of them. But then, presumably, they stood up and started leading out, and you keep going through the area. It's becoming a bit more tedious to keep track. It's actually very hard to do so with the snow that covers everything up. But you manage to wisp most of the snow away and start figuring out exactly different tracks and areas, sections of the mountain that it looks like they might have been in a fight, it looks like. They keep having broken rocks that look like they were physically ripped and torn. Sections of the stonework have gashes into it as if weapons were clashed and flung around, and different indents of bodies being thrown. But you keep tracking it. It looks like they went through a pretty grueling fight.
Any blood tracks also? Or?
Unfortunately, with how long it's been, that would not be perceivable.
All right.
So
Do I get any estimate of how many?
On that, I would say the fight took place between at least 5 individuals.
All right.
What were you saying, Prissa?
I was gonna say, if Prissa's proficient in investigation, could she use anything like that to help, or no? Like a murder
you could
mystery
spend
kind
a
of
long
thing.
period of time in any patch where the fight was happening to try to investigate, but it doesn't help with the tracking process. It just helps with, yep, there's blood. If there was
Yeah,
any.
no, I was trying to like Sherlock Holmes, like, okay, so this
Yeah,
happened,
no.
so he broke his femoral artery. I don't know.
Nah, that would still be a survival check, actually. Sherlock is given the credit of being an incredibly smart person, but he's a very wise person.
He notices everything.
Yeah. Sherlock would definitely be observant and alert. Like, he's...
Yeah. With high wisdom and intelligence.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
tell me he
probably
grew
the
up
rogue, the insightful rogue archetype.
Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The inquisitive.
Yes. But yes. You continue following through the pathway, and you make it starting to crest down the mountain again, but now you have to start branching over to the side, where you notice this is probably the only path large enough to support Goliaths walking through. Although you've lost their track, you do understand they would have to keep moving unless they stayed up there or died, and considering you found no bodies, nobody died.
Seeing as we lost the track, Alarm would activate the compass again.
Alrighty? What are you focused on right now?
Kiss of the Changebringer.
Okay. It points directly south and then very slightly east of where you currently are.
That following the path, or is that just?
The path is generally in that direction. Unfortunately, it's not a beeline, but it's generally like you're going south for sure, but you're not really on that eastern slope.
Well, we are somewhat heading in the right direction. So, I guess we keep on going on this path.
Alrighty. Now,
Lauren, do you think that they're going to give it to us? Or are we going to like trade for it?
Well, I was thinking about trading, but we will see what happens.
Has Dorzen met any Goliaths?
oh, absolutely. Yeah. They're a fairly, known race in Exandria, especially between the dividing plains, which you didn't spend a great amount of time there. However, your time in the Underdark as a slave, Goliaths are very commonly captured and treated as beasts of burden, much the same as you. They're
Do I know
powerful,
about
they're
their culture?
probably not, since most of them don't like talking to people. And they're very, they're even more dumbed down than Dorzen was back then. They are, you pretty horse, and then keep going. When they're captured at young ages and groomed like that, they can be intelligent, it's just not very common. And you knew Alfie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to base their culture off of Alfie...
You're going to have to fight for it.
But you all continue along this pathway for a period of time, and you've made it past noon fairly well. At this point, the sun is really high in the sky, but it's starting that slow descent downwards. And as you're walking through, who's the first one in line? Sir Yurik?
Yeah, I guess it's either me or Ilorin, I suppose. But
Yeah,
let's
if-
take the lead.
If there's room, probably side by side, since I was helping him track.
All right,
Yep.
side by side then. Sir Yurik, you stop in time. Alarin, Give me a dexterity saving throw.
23.
As you kind of step forward, Sir Yurik like hesitates as his foot indents and pulls back, but you're like still, maybe it's a little, and your foot starts falling. And you kind of just scurry, put your claws on the side as this entire path spreads downwards and cascades all the way down 300-400 feet to the ground, falling. Apparently that was an ice chunk that just broke under the pressure. But you're currently holding onto the wall.
Can I just grab him quickly and just...
Yeah.
You take a step backwards.
You peel the cat off with its nail still in.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back. Stop, everyone.
Now, this gap is only about 2 feet or so. It's not very big. However, right where it is, Jimmy, roll me a perception check, please. You all did stop, but you can't really see past any of them for why. The rock right beside you is a softer material than the stonework of the actual mountain itself. It's a bit easier to move and manipulate. And like when your hand sunk in there, you actually pushed further in, like it could be pushed away very easily.
Right. We need to find a way around this, or...
There was
Can
no
Dorzen
other
test
path.
the ice with his foot?
Hmm?
Can Dorzen test the ice floor with his hovering foot?
I mean, you're not touching anything, you're just hovering.
Like, that's what I'm trying to say, is you need to put weight on it through the air, break the ice.
I mean, you're not applying pressure. That's the perk of this. You're not disturbing.
So I could walk across this ice wall and it wouldn't give away.
If there was a horizontal scape of ice that you could walk across, you can. No real problem. Without applying any pressure. Or not applying a lot of pressure. Because magic is bullshit. You're always levitating. Just count it as that. You're always levitating.
Right.
Now that doesn't say you can't fall. What?
Let's see. Would it be possible for you, Dorson, to carry each of us across this area?
Not all at once, but trips, yes.
Well, of course.
Well, in order to get him to the front with all of you here, you're going to have to backtrack about 2 hours of walking off the slope and then back up here.
I could just pull him over me.
Not Sir Yurik, not him.
I have a suggestion that might work. How far away is where we need to get to, Jero, from this part that would fall?
It's a 2-foot gap. And from you, it's like 10 feet away, 15 feet away.
I can make it so we can all fly, but it would only last 10 minutes, so we would need to probably get as much distance as we could.
I have a simpler idea. I put Prissa and Jimmy off my saddle, grab Alarin, put him on my back, get off, and I go up to Yorick and try to shimmy him through the like he's parkouring off the cliffside to get onto my back.
I need an athletics check from both of you. If you're allowing him to do this, Sir Yurik.
Well, I'm. What exactly is your plan, Dorson?
I'm piggybacking up to the front of the line so you can get on my back and I walk you up first.
Yeah, Alarin can just climb up on the side so you can get through.
Yeah.
He can Tomb Raider this.
Yeah. Well, I suppose.
All right.
Athletics, you said?
Yeah, the DC is going to be 16 for each of you.
Athletics.
Close.
I can help push him up.
I mean, there's.
Did I get an inspiration for doing the recap?
Of course, but you have to declare it beforehand.
I'm sorry. I didn't
Yes.
know if I got it or not.
Sir Yurik?
I was helping.
I have guidance. Why didn't I cast guidance?
I don't know
Yeah,
why you
did I
don't
get
always... Yeah.
Did I get advantage because he was helping me?
2 people on each check. 2. So, as you're lifting Sir Yurik is like scooting around, like trying to like move his massive body in the position of the wall, but like you get a little bit of a leg cramp in this position and you just instinctually straighten. Dorzin, you're holding his balance, oh shit. The 2 of them are falling.
How far away are they from Prissa and everything?
5 feet away.
Okay. Well,
So
shit.
when you say we are falling,
I mean, we need initiative now. Because
It
what
was a
happens
smart
in...
idea.
Sure,
wait.
sure.
can I use my human determination?
You can
No.
always use your human determination,
Yeah. But yeah, this should.
but you have to
happen
declare it
now,
beforehand.
So,
I see a black screen.
There you go.
Let me see.
Just to give you a bit more theme, put yourselves on the map and roll initiative, please. If you're not on the map, it will not track it. Prissa, just change yours to the 11.
Where was that earlier?
Yeah,
Yep.
I said I'm using determination, so.
Well, that might help you not fall. Two, three, four. Who are we missing?
Oh, where's my?
Yurik.
I have my token in. Let me just. I need to roll again too, but it's a 14. So I'll just change that one. Wasted a nat 20 on that.
Alrighty. So you declared human determination. Roll one more time, please.
Yeah, that's the 14. I rolled initially a 3.
Oh,
So
where? I don't see it.
in the chat.
Athletics, 15. Where's your next to athletics?
Oh,
Human
athletics.
determination allows you to roll it again.
Yeah, this was for the initiative.
Oh, I thought you were going to use it for the fall.
No,
Okay.
that shit had already happened. So.
Alrighty, cool, good.
Fair enough.
Now, Sir Yurik and Dorzin. Dorzin, you're free falling right now. 30 feet. Sir Yurik, you are also free falling right now. 30 feet. Jimmy, do you have anything to do?
I mean, I guess he's going on his own for that part. I can't stop a giant horse and a giant
In a full plate suit of man.
feet thing. I'm chained to Dorzin though.
No, I pulled you
But
off.
he
tried to
Yeah,
take
he
you off.
declared
Yes,
he
with
released everybody
Yurik.
from him to do this.
Okay. I mean, I still have a chain around myself. Then
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yes.
So
Just, it's attached to Prissa.
what's that?
It's just attached to Prissa now.
Okay.
What, the chain's attached to Prissa?
Yeah, Jimmy said he was chaining himself to whoever he is closest to. Prissa and Dorzin.
Oh, this is gonna be fun then.
Yeah.
swiping
I
around
am,
now.
since I already have something attached to me, I'm going to attempt to just throw it down. And do I see anything immediately around me? Rock, trees?
There's the cliff edge that you're upon. It's not anything solid enough for you to attach the chain to quickly, unfortunately. The next solid thing you see is a Lauren.
Okay, if I can, bonus action chain over the side, and my action, I'm going to poke in the ground looking for somewhere to stick a dagger in.
All right, roll me a survival check.
Oh god, this is great. A 5.
You're stabbing out. That's solid, 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 solid. It's really solid here. And that'll be you. Alarin,
Yeah.
you see the two of them free falling.
Yeah, and no one has cast Featherfall, so I'm guessing no one has that instead of a reaction.
Yep.
So Alarin will. This is gonna be a long shot, but it might work since it's instant. So Alarin will use his. Let's see, what's the range on that? Oh yeah, that's plenty range, but might need to get down there. Alarin will feline agility to climb down, basically free fall, but he can get 60 feet and they will only fall
You're
30
faster
feet.
moving than free falling.
Yay! Thank you for that, by the way. That's very nice of you. You did that.
Slow
No,
acceleration
first round of you falling is 30 feet per round. After that,
Okay.
it gets exponentially higher.
Yeah, okay. And Alarin will reach in his pocket and take out a handful of seeds, throw it up towards them, and cast plant growth as an action to instantly make 100-foot area envelop in heavy greenery.
That is so good.
It's only an action for plant growth? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you
that
use
or the
like
10-hour version.
no 8-hour version. 8-hour
Yeah.
version enriches the land for a year. An action cast instantly sprouts plants.
Let me read it.
Yeah, I posted it.
That is so freaking smart.
The normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. Okay.
Hence the seeds.
Yes, and I'm also going to say, give me a quick perception check, Alarin.
Okay. 23. No guidance.
You begin throwing these tree seeds, I'm assuming. They're not just berry roots, right? That's not going to help you
No,
here.
no. They're different kinds of bushes and vine growths and stuff like that can actually make a difficult terrain.
Okay, that's what your seeds are doing. You see that there's actually a few trees beginning to sprout very smallly out, or very shortly out of the side of the mountain. So you focus on those, and 3 trees grow out from the side of the mountain.
Yeah, try to catch yourselves.
Alrighty, on your next turn. Actually, as the two of you are falling, give me dex saves to see if you can catch the tree on your way down.
Yes, that's.
No.
Dorsey, you're like, well, fuck, this is how I'm going. Oh, hey!
They've only
Jimmy-
fallen 30 feet. They should be like 30 feet within Jimmy because I'm there at the edge.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, of
I got
course.
a nat
Yeah,
1. You're
and
not
all-
helping me.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. That's
Uh,
why
That
he's
is
helping
the
me.
only thing Jimmy can help with is nat ones.
Oh, because you're a
Yeah.
thing, right?
So,
and,
Dorzen,
and since Alarin went down there, you also get the +4 from him.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
What are the odds?
Are
so
we within
5%
range of-
exactly.
you would be within range of... Alarin has 60 feet of movement running. He can choose where he is alongside you. And since it's a ranged spell for him to cast, he's okay. But Dorzen, as you're falling, you're like, well, this is how I'm going to die. And then all of a sudden, your body shifts like 2 inches sideways and just land against the tree. Now, Sir Yurik.
Yeah, so I get a 13 total with
13 total, yeah.
yeah. Or can I retroactively use my inspiration?
I'll allow
So
it
they
this
all-
time, but you have to start using it beforehand.
Are they also within Elorin's range of his aura?
Aura,
thing?
that's why it's a 13, yep.
So with the inspiration, it would be 17. Total.
17 would be enough. You manage to grab out towards a tree, and you're just dangling over the edge, looking at Dorzen, who's just lying between the tree branches, looking stunned right now. And Alarin, you're kind of just hanging there with your hand off the edge, like, oh, fuck.
And Yurik is shrieking very femininely.
Very
Please, please. Come down. You are safe now. You're safe.
How long does this spell last?
It's instant.
But it's how long it... Oh, it just lasts.
The overgrown part action cost lasts forever until cut. The 8-hour cost lasts for a year.
It's a really good situational based spell.
Yeah.
Good shit. So you all look over the edge, and there's a chain being fed down by Jimmy that he's currently trying to secure somewhere.
Can I throw my belaying pin so he can stick it in the stone?
Give me an athletics check. Disadvantage because you're kind of lying against the tree, so you're like...
And as that's happening, Prissa's looking over the edge. Guys, are you okay?
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
gonna use my inspiration thing for this.
Alright.
I can climb up with my hammer and pigeons if you need.
I mean, all you really need is make an attack roll to hit Prissa with the belaying pin.
You said you were using your session inspiration?
Yeah.
17 works. Jimmy, as you're trying to get this dagger in somewhere, ding, 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 the perfect tool for the job right in front of you.
I know how quickly things fall, and after I failed, I just like splay myself out like ready, like I'm about to be pulled over the edge. So I'm like no angel face down on the edge of the cliff.
So it just lands right next to you, holding
And
on
then
for dear life.
And then I'm like rolling my head over like, oh.
While Jimmy's doing that, splayed out, Prissa secures the belaying pin the best she can.
Easy to do since it is the proper tool. You get it and ting, 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 ting. You all hear from above you. Out of curiosity, roll me a D100, Prissa. There's been a lot of noise that happened, so we're gonna put that on you. Okay.
Yeah.
No avalanche.
Oh, thank God.
It was the shrieking.
But once it's secure up there, do you tell them?
No, well, first she makes sure that it's like, double checks, make sure it's secure, the chain's on there, so Jimmy doesn't get like pulled down.
It's solid.
Yeah, she puts right over. Guys, we secured the chain.
Good work. Very good work, Alarin.
Yes. Yes. Very quick on my feet. Yes.
Okay.
Or in your life flash before your eyes, you're just sitting there stunned. You actually accepted death. On a nat one.
He's my god.
Yeah.
I was trying to use burning hands as a landing booster.
I'll tell you that right now. No.
Doesn't work.
No, don't worry, Prissa had a thing she was gonna do.
Yeah.
If a dragonborn can't do that, you can't.
Remember, Prissa, that only would have worked if you could have beaten the opposed athletics with Jimmy.
I mean, I don't think Jimmy trusts Prissa, right?
Jimmy trusts everybody.
With your life?
Too much.
Wow.
I mean,
Jimmy, trust me. We hit both him and me off the cliff after them.
what do you mean? Ah!
Alrighty, so after about 5 minutes of crawling back up there, you all make it to the edge, and you're a little winded and very tired. And Jimmy, while you're resting up there, like kind of looking around at the landscape, being like, holy shit, that is terrible. You look over to the rock and you recognize that stone. That's clay. Very expensive clay.
I pull out the container Dorzen gave me, and I move over, get like a hand shovel, and just start scooping away.
Jimmy, why are you getting that dirt? Would I recognize it's clay?
You recognize it's clay, yeah.
It's just clay, isn't it?
Yeah, just more ingredients.
Oh, wait, ingredients for what exactly?
Uh,
Are you making pottery?
no, it's something that Magus needed.
Mitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Escape mountain now. Complain about creepy bullshit later.
maybe I should get something.
I agree.
Jimmy, give me a survival check.
Can Prissa take some of that clay too and put it in her little coin pouch of hold? Just like enough for, I guess, a component amount.
That's a subjective terminology for it. Jimmy, you managed to fill pretty much all of the pots you have with it. Prissa, roll a survival check. Okay. Prissa, you managed to fill a good amount of it. For all intents and purposes, Prissa, you managed to get about 5 pounds of clay in total, grabbing hand chunks and throwing it into your coin purse.
I don't know what Mitch is using it for, or what he needs it, but I mean, he's a better wizard than I am right now, so
Sure,
who am I
sure.
to judge?
Mark it on your character sheet as 500 gold worth of clay.
Jesus
What?
Christ! For 5 pounds?
That is expensive clay.
It is. It's incredibly hard to come by. You have to almost die for it. Jimmy, you end up getting, I'd say, 15 pounds.
Yeah, I got.
So that would be 1,500.
Yep. Though you don't actually know the price of it, Prissa, just label it for that so I know later on.
Oh no, I did label it that way. I'm just helping saying
Yeah,
that
yeah.
for Jimmy's sake.
Yes.
Can we all help with extracting this clay, or did you tell us how it's?
I think this is happening while you guys are too busy like trying to clamber
Yeah,
up. The
Trying to
clay.
save your own
Yeah.
lives, yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
And as they get up, Lauren is just patting them on the back and rubbing their backs. It is okay. Yes, just do
I
not do
have
that
gone
again.
through dinner parties with the Fey courts. That is still somehow worse than this.
Something worse than falling to your death.
You
Whoever
managed
did
to
the dinner party.
You managed to excavate enough to fill most of your pots, Jimmy. It's just a little too far in for you to grab any more, although there is a large deposit here.
I mean, he wasn't very specific. Just we needed some. So,
He said a lot, as much as you could get.
Yeah. I only have 2 pots, so that's all I'm getting.
Yeah, 15 pounds. You're good.
And well, I mean, it's better than most things. Like I once read a fable about someone who had turned into a goldfish off some cliff. I don't know if there's any truth to that or what the moral of it was, but
You did this! You said you're God!
That is definitely something Scanlan would have
Told
told
you
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he laughs about that story all the time. It's a
Yes, the
horrifying
goldfish.
story, honestly. But it's...
Well, it worked out good in the end, but that story does not sound good for Gillet, no?
wait, are you saying that fable was true?
Yes, he dove off a cliff and turned into a goldfish.
Mr. Scanlan did?
No, Keyleth jumped off. Scanlan.
Keyleth?
Keyleth the Wise.
Yes, Scanlan tends to laugh about it every now and then, but well,
Can I do an insight check to see if I believe him?
Sure? I'm gonna
My
say with
hero never
advantage because it's a Lauren. He has yet to lie about anything.
yeah, his tail is still as it always is, just normal waving, no
Yeah.
twitching in it.
Lauren doesn't really, like... You imagine if he would try to lie, either he's absurdly good at it and none of you have realized it this whole time and he's going to kill you all in your sleep, or he would have a really bad tell when he is lying, because he just doesn't do it.
He's not a bad liar. He just tends not to do it.
But yeah, after you all gather yourselves and you look at the same obstacle you had before, but this time, Dorson being in front. I think we're gonna have to take a break here, guys.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We'll be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the game. Sorry it took so long on that last time. Anyways, Dorzin, you're in the front. How do you handle this 2-foot wide gap?
Very carefully grabbing that chain and slowly walking across it with the thing.
It's only 2 feet though. So I'm
Yeah. Thank you, Prissa, for realizing it's only 2 feet.
Yeah. Ilaran.
Wait, so I could just literally step over and people could climb over?
No, you can far jump it.
Oh.
Your far jump is a number of feet equal to your strength modifier.
Oh, because we said 2 feet before, like, huh? Maybe
Yeah, but I can just walk across the ice floor.
They're doing this whole.
It's a gap. There's no ice floor.
I thought you said there was ice on it.
I said there was.
Oh,
It fell.
I completely missed that was all the ice.
Yeah, the ice had made a cover over.
That was the entire basis of my plan, was that there was still ice there.
So, Dorzin, do you jump?
You know white horses don't jump.
Good faith.
Yes, Dorzin will back up, and I don't know if charge or any centaur unique build thing will help me jump or not, but if it does, I'm jumping.
Before Dorzin goes, can Prissa and Jimmy hop back on his back?
If you would like to risk that, sure.
I'm chained to the guy. I'm on it.
Alrighty. Grinsky, you're really quiet, dude.
No, I think I just turned my microphone down so I wasn't like too loud.
Okay, cool.
Is it like really low?
Well,
Or?
I'm looking at my desktop audio, and it's barely even cresting into the yellow. Like when you get a little louder.
As Dorzin is backing up, Ilaran will just reach over with his blade and tap the other side to make sure it's hard ground.
You see the mountain where the drop is. It is solid.
No, yeah. Then Ilaran will just skip across.
Dorzin, you pump yourself up, you get ready for a charge, and you jump over. It's a 2-foot gap. It's really not that far.
Well, we fell through that 2-foot gap.
You fell for other reasons, but okay. All right, Sir Yurik, you're the last one on the other side.
Yep. Well, if it's only 2 feet, and I can make the jump, basically.
Well, what's your strength modifier?
Plus 4.
You can make that jump.
Yep.
You run up and jump on the other side. It's a little stumbly, but you manage to get there.
All right. Whew. All right. That's certainly one very imposing challenge taken care of.
Indeed, I don't know why it was so hard before, but I mean, I knew you guys had something planned, but I didn't want to interrupt or anything.
Just a bit of bad luck, I suppose.
Well, either that or overthinking, yes?
Well, could be.
So,
Anyways, we are fine now.
you
Let's
all
press on, yes?
pick back up the tracks, continue your journey, and after walking along this edge for what feels like the majority of the day, you realize you've been walking alongside the mountain on one of the paths for a very long time. You haven't been able to come across any of the wider pathways, but you are on the opposite end of the Stormcrest Mountain, beginning to crest downwards even further.
Ilaran, are we still going the right way?
Well, this is the only path we could take, and we are heading southward, so maybe not a direct path, but we are getting there.
Ready? The winds have picked up even. The snow is starting to pelt down on top of each of you, making visibility drop to a solid 15 foot.
By the way, how I meant to ask earlier, but then the whole debacle falling fell. How is Sir Yurik's retainer doing? Is he all right, or we just?
He's stressed out of his mind,
Okay.
but he's surviving. I'm not gonna kill him anticlimactically. That would not be fun.
Not fun, he says.
Well, wasn't mentioned at all, so I was afraid you were gonna pull one of those things like, "Oh yes, you realize now that he wasn't with you the entire time."
Generic NPC follows. Generic NPC knows. And that's the perk of retainer. You don't have to pay attention to them.
Yeah. By the way, actually, I'm not sure if you saw. I'm not exactly sure where I wrote it, but
I have no idea.
I was asking because I've been sort of working with Call to.
Oh yes, you want him to start leveling. You can do that, yes, and you've been working towards that, but it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Using the side class UA?
Not exactly using the training common sense. You know,
Gotcha.
if you train someone as a soldier for long enough, they might pick up proficiency with a sword.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, right now he's at the bodybuilding section where he needs more mass to be able to handle weaponry appropriately, but he's getting there. He needs to have that 13 strength score.
Yeah.
But you all keep walking. The winds and snow are pelting down on top of you all. Visibility has become very difficult to navigate exactly where you are heading, and you look at the fur and comforts that all of you have, and you are covered completely in this harsh weather and environment. I need another survival check for navigating.
By the way, before I forget, Presto has cast Mage Armor before. I'm gonna do that now though.
Noted. Thank you.
97 survival.
I mean, hey.
That's apparently all I'm good for today.
Take it. You're avoiding a lot of headaches.
Yeah.
Listen, you've come across only one of my traps on this mountain. Come on. Or natural difficulties, let's call it.
Yeah.
Had we just used the compass, that would have been so much worse.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You need to go that way. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways. You stop for a few moments every now and again when you hit one of those, like, divots inside of the mountain where, like, you can guard yourself from the wind to really try, like, pushing your shield out, get a higher visual range, and trying to see anything out into the distance. And eventually, you start noticing the mountains are becoming a bit intraversible. You keep having to back up and go along different paths and out avenues. You come towards more peaks that end than peaks that continue, and you're realizing you are in the nature of Exandria. You are no longer on walked paths by developed people, let's call them, or sophisticated people.
Adventurers in the truest sense of the word, basically.
Yeah, explorers,
Yeah.
even.
Yeah, truly following the goddess's path, yes?
Something like that.
Now, as soon as you have this thought creep into your mind, you look outwards against the horizon, against the whirling wind and snowfall, and you notice almost a cyclone of snow and wind encompassing around one central location that looks to be perfectly within an eye of a storm. This location is a tall standing tower made of gray stone. Not a single source of light, large hulking gaps within the walls. And when you look a bit more closely, you see ballista and trebuchets set up outside of it. In disrepair, disuse, and burned nature, as if they were all destroyed. There was a battle here Though that battle has long since passed, you are now looking at a place that is familiar to you only by a single word from Valora. You're looking at Redis.
I believe that is the tower Valora told us about.
The one that she told us to avoid.
Yes.
The one with the crazy wizard.
Lauren, the compass isn't pointing us towards it, is it?
Lauren glances at the compass.
The compass is pointing south still, but much more eastern.
No, I do not believe
it's in that general direction. If you're against the mountain, Redis is here, because you went over the mountain and you're still walking south.
Oh, okay. Well, it is pointing that direction, but it might be past it. We have to go over there to find out, I guess.
Should we stop by the tower?
We could always give it a wide berth, just to see if the compass points towards it or past it.
What time of day is it?
It's very late at this point. You haven't had a solid place for you all to set up camp, and the winds are a bit too harsh to trust just lying out here.
We need to get down, at least, and find a safe place to camp for the night.
It seems we might be forced to seek shelter at that tower.
Well, I suppose we could.
That tower, far away perspective.
Considering visibility is only at a 15-foot range, it's far, but it's not like any real trek of distance compared to how far you've come.
Well, we would be safe and warm in that hut of yours, would we not?
Yes, but if there's a wizard in the tower, he could potentially dispel the hut.
I say
Do that?
we make our presence known and move. Since we are anyway heading past the tower, at least, let's not make ourselves seem like a threat of any kind.
Yes.
What'd you say, Jimmy?
I was just going,
Yes, Valora did say to stay clear of the tower, though. That as long as we did not bother him, he won't bother us. Something along those lines.
Well, yes. Well, I suppose we can do one camping out in the wilderness. Might be unpleasant, but, well, we've come this far.
Alright.
The only other thing I'm worried about is if this is that big bird, its territory still, or if it...
Well, you can make your dome different colors. How about make it white?
It's a good idea.
Was I awake when he said
good
it hunts at night?
Yeah.
And we do know the bird cannot dispel the dome, and it seems to be sleeping in the morning.
so we're done for the day? We're not...
Well, it is getting late, but we could always press on. See if the compass points towards the tower or past it.
How far does it look like it would take us, or how long would it take us to actually get to the tower?
With your very high survival check, your best estimate is within an hour of travel, but you would have to deviate towards that direct path, which the compass is kind of pointing you in that general direction anyways. So you could travel across the mountain for longer and get down there as well, but there's a pathway that is traversable. It's going to be difficult for Dorzen, but everybody else should be fine. You want to be a horseman.
Well, I mean... oh, but he's also got the horseshoes.
The horseshoes don't just exempt him from difficult terrain. That was my one
They-
rule.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
No, it exempts you from things that would cause you to stumble in your footsteps, but this is like slippery slopes and like different places you have to step and like almost like stairs.
Balancing the horse items.
Yeah. It's like stairs.
Ropes.
Yeah. So, you all start heading there? Can't hear you, Yurik.
Oh yeah. Well, I look to the group and I say, we've come this far. I don't see. Well, if we behave ourselves and we keep on our toes, of course. I think we should give it a try. The tower, I mean. And who knows, maybe I will tomorrow be able to even restore the wizard's mind.
That would be a good thing, yes.
So,
Think he's friends with the lions?
I do not believe he was friends with them, but he might know where they are.
so. You all go?
I'm following the person with the compass.
Alrighty.
And I'm on Dorzen, so I don't have much of a choice there either.
I just on those and you're chained to him.
Yep.
We could also camp here for the night and head
Well, you'd
towards
have
the
to
tower.
get down there to camp. You can't camp on the side of the
We
mountain.
all know what we can do.
Not
What
the
are we
side.
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we need to get down so we can at least set up the dome, if nothing else.
Already. So, you all travel down there. It takes you about an hour, a little bit less. Once you're down on the solid ground once again, you do feel the very heavy snow that has encompassed this entire area with the whirling vortex. Through the entire time, it has not crest closer towards that tower. The tower seems to have 80 feet on either side of it, stretched outwards, perfectly centered, where none of the storm has been able to penetrate through. Now, there is a little bit of snow that falls within the region, but it's nowhere near as thick and compacted as it is where all of you are. While you're all down here, Dorzen, you kind of just have a prickly sensation across the back of your neck. And you look behind you, being aware of the surroundings, as well aware as you are. You see a large figure up attached to the side of the mountain. The chest up to the shoulders, shaped more like a triangle but rounded off, with very large arms, holding on with a hulking claw just with one hand, and gigantic yellow eyes staring. And the moment you see it, within a blink, releases the grip, falls, and you no longer see it. It was a
Well, that wasn't
pure,
ominous.
white, and shadowy looking figure.
Okay.
Yeah, Dorzen, Trista looks in that direction, but it's probably already gone.
There's nothing
Yeah.
there, yeah.
What's wrong?
I think there may be giants in these mountains.
Can Prissa do like a history check if she like maybe read anything about these mountains before? About a history of giants?
You've already made all your checks about your knowledge. What you have is what you have.
Okay, sorry. I thought Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
I thought we already had sort of concluded with that.
Yeah. There's giants that live here. There's Goliaths that traverse here. And there's other things here, too.
So...
Wait, I just realized a giant wouldn't do what that thing did.
Probably not.
Are you telling us you noticed something?
I noticed something about almost as big as a mountain. Hold on to a cliff, side of a mountain, and then fall off.
Quietly
So
fell. Didn't
And
make a
You
sound.
didn't hear it.
that sounds. Well, at least it didn't see us, right? So maybe we should quickly
It
move.
saw us.
Oh,
Something the size of a mountain.
How about this? Size of that fucking fire thing. How about that? Is that the better
Oh,
example?
it was smaller than that.
I'm using it as an example.
Okay.
Mountain fire thing.
That fire thing was gigantic for a giant. It was.
maybe we should go quickly.
Yes, so we are on solid ground now. Maybe you should put up that dome of yours.
Okay, yeah, Jared. So the ground here is solid enough for the dome now, right?
Yes, yes.
And Prissa will go ahead and start setting up the dome.
Alrighty. You managed to set the dome, making it perfectly comparable to the area around you, and knowing that the snow will fully encompass it and make it look just like a perfectly shaped boulder here inside of this area. It's one downside, it is a physical object. It will look like it's covered in other physical objects.
Yep.
So, you all pack yourselves inside and once again have to prestidigitate for Cole and Yurik and everybody else who's nowhere near as warm as everybody else in the party. Keeping them, without frostbite.
Yeah. Well, luckily, the dome is heated.
Yes.
Convenience of magic.
Yeah. Magic solves all of the problems, right?
It really does.
Well, hey, let me put this magic key in this door. Oh, hi, Cthulhu.
Did you all see the cat meme with Cthulhu? Why have you summoned... Oh, my master.
I haven't.
It was a good one. I think it was a comic. I'll see if I can find it. Anyways. You all sit down, gathering your breath and resting up a little bit. Cole starts producing less tasty food than usual. He's digging into the non-perishable rations at this point just to, make sure we space everything out. There hasn't been anything to hunt up here. Well, I mean, technically.
We're the hunted.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elarin packed a buttload of rations.
Right, so you're having to dig into those instead of his perishables at this point.
Yeah, I will remove accordingly.
Oh, he has his too. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, Cole's entire purpose as a generic NPC is to provide sustenance and make sure your life is comfortable.
Yeah. And before we started traveling, I gave him 10 gold pieces to just go out and get food for the
Yeah.
journey.
And he's a professional cook. That 10 gold went a mile. So, you're all setting up. Sleeping order. Same as standard?
I'm doing the earliest watch, and
Right?
Yeah.
I'll take the last one.
Doors will be in the middle.
Alrighty, so we have Jimmy, Sir Yurik at the last, Dorzen in the middle.
Yeah, Elarin can take the other middle.
You'll take before Dorzen? Or after?
Yeah, I can take before him.
Alright, Prissa, that means you're going to have to take up the fourth one.
That's fine.
I mean, technically the party only needs 4 watches, 2, 2, 2, 2, so. If you want, you could actually just end with Sir Yurik and Prissa keeps acting like a princess and never having to take watch. Not to mention the one time something terrible happened, it was when it was her responsibility to take watch. Just remember that.
Oh, come on. When was that?
Over a year ago,
I asked
but...
you.
But yes. First up, Jimmy. You and Ouch are taking your sentry position here inside of the thing. Are you doing any other preparations or any other work?
No preparations. I'm kind of just fine-tuning Ouch a little bit. I'm giving him a few extra devices, components, kind of getting ready. But that's it. Doing my preparation, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Roll me an investigation.
Sure.
Or Jimmy. 17. As you're adjusting him and you go inside and you start checking, because you had to fix his one leg, of course. You noticed up near his sensory panel, there's a small blue gem that you did not put there.
Well, that's got to come out.
Give me a tinker check.
We're gonna blow up, aren't we?
The 31? No.
I mean, no. Minus 30, yes.
Man.
Wait, it was an impossible task?
No. It was a very hard one. As it's kind of attached to that, you notice it's currently like draining some type of the sensory from Ouch, which is kind of a problem considering you work so hard on giving this creature pseudo-sentience. You work so fucking hard on it. So you manage to get the gem, slowly releasing it from its clutches and taking it off, and you notice it has this little bit of arcane-based pool to it from Ouch. And the moment you take it off, Ouch just like twitches the head on either side and like becomes more aware.
But I am able to remove it, correct?
Yeah, you removed it. Now you have this tiny blue gem in your hand. It's about the size of your pinky nail. Not your pinky nail. I meant like a normal pinky nail.
Yeah, I pull out my actuator device and figure out what the hell this thing is.
Ah. This is a scrying dot. An individual can use this to perceive through it whenever they would like.
Huh. And
it's not a foreign object by any stretch of the imagination. Not something you would have been aware of previously to your actuator identifying it.
Is the ability to scry emitted from the object, or does it just give that ability?
It's emitted from the object.
From the object.
So when somebody scries, they don't scry on a specific thing except that. It is just that.
I just go ahead and pocket it in my bag of holding.
Okay. Throw it in there.
That's weird.
Okay. So, while you're taking your watch, and Ouch is now much more aware of its surroundings, roll me a perception check.
Can I do it through Ouch?
Absolutely.
Alright, Ouch has dark vision and he doesn't have a negative to perception. I'll use Ouch.
So you're helping Ouch look.
Alright, hey, 19.
Not bad. Your watch goes by without a hitch. Not a single problem. Then, you know it's time to wake up Alarin.
No blue people talking to me tonight, buddy.
It appears they do not follow us then.
Good luck.
Thank you. And sleep well.
Always. And I just pass out, leave Ouch with Alarin, and he just kind of sits in front of whoever's like doing watch.
Okay.
Not watching for anything, just sitting right in front of them.
All right. Alarin, it's now your turn. You sit down and stretch yourself, having a nice little break between your rests. Are you doing anything?
I'll lowly toddle along on his ocarina, give him some nighttime music.
Alrighty. You have that nice, relaxing melody come across, and it helps everybody to sleep as well. Ouch is 19.
I guess I should keep an eye out as well.
Yeah, that's up to you.
While I play. Yeah, playing takes up most of it.
Ouch kind of turns away towards the mountain, and you see one of his weapons comes producing out as he gets into an automatic defense mode.
I did not know you could do that. Do you see something?
Ouch cannot talk.
Not yet.
Or
Yeah.
he had one command. Let me know if anything's moving out there.
Okay, he goes into attack mode, or defense mode, waddles over to you, and right on the side of your head.
Is it morning?
It just keeps poking.
I believe your little friend has noticed something. Yes.
Do you got it, Alarin? It might have been a bird. He's not smart, and I tell Ouch to go back.
I did not see anything, but
Ouch will remember this.
if something should engage us, you will wake up.
I mean, it's looking for movement. It sees movement.
Yeah, it got you awake. Now, as you become a bit more aware of the situation, Alarin, roll again.
Okay, I will look towards where Ouch's weapons was pointing.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
It's kind of hard to see. I mean, it's so snowy. Everything looks like snow. What the hell is this bullshit? And like within 5 minutes of Jimmy starting to fall asleep again, starts poking you harder.
I like get up like an annoyed parent and yeah, okay.
I still do not see anything. Maybe
I don't
it's broken.
see anything. I'm like rubbing my eyes and just looking over.
Roll a perception, Jimmy.
There's no way.
I mean,
There's no way.
I mean, you're
You
an
want some
artificer.
sleep, so flash that genius. I don't know.
15. You see a little bit of movement. Large movement.
Oh no!
Very quick, and you see it for the briefest of moments before it dashes behind one of the large trebuchets in this area.
Oh. Huh? Did you see that, Alarin?
Ouch is
No.
like moving in where it moved now.
I do not see anything.
There's something definitely out there. Do we want to take care of this, or?
Well, we should be safe in here, no?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think anything can get inside.
Yes, and even if something did get inside, my blade will wake you all up.
I don't know what that thing was, but yeah, there's something out there. Make sure nobody goes to the bathroom tonight.
I will make sure that no one goes to the bathroom, at least not alone.
Ouch. If anything comes inside, you can wake me. Otherwise, no. Go back.
Alrighty. You go back to sleep. Now, Lauren, that happened about halfway through your shift.
I'll try to keep an eye out for.
You're kind of stuck with what you have right now. Sorry.
Yeah, my passive is better than that.
Your passive is much better, but your passive applies to some other things.
Yep.
Not
so-
really something like this. Your passive is more like passively feeling out the environment. You might notice if something was moving in towards you, but as of now, it's further away, keeping a watch.
Yeah.
It's not close enough for your passive to come into play.
No, that's what I meant. He's just gonna make sure nothing comes closer, if nothing else. So
the hour goes by. Nothing else happens. Dorzen's turn.
Yeah. Your turn, Dorsen. Do be careful. There seems to be something keeping an eye out on us. So do not head outside alone, yes?
Dorzen's giving him a thumbs up to anyone not watching.
I was not watching.
I was not watching either. I only get off those who are speaking, and Alarm will head to sleep.
So, Dorzen, it's now your turn, and you see Ouch is still like positioned in an area in full defense mode. Which, Jimmy, what's your defense mode for Ouch again? Like, what does it look like?
I mean, for him in particular, when he's doing the protection protocol, it's just the plating around him covers like most of the. He basically looks like a little tiny tank, and the armor plating kind of shifts around. He normally has this wooden carapace, but he's got like these steel iron bands that come out and cover him otherwise.
So, Dorzen, roll a perception check. Wow. Through the evening, you kind of just sit there, resting up, watching out. Nothing seems to be encroaching. Until the end of your shift. All of you are immediately woken up as within 2 seconds of that, you're like, wait, what the? A boulder smashes into the tiny hut, shattering and scattering across the entire area. You were awake 2 seconds before it happened.
So the tiny hut doesn't shatter though, right?
No.
Oh, thank God.
We'd be dead.
It's a good thing this hut is dirty, yes.
What's happening?
What was
Ouch,
that?
blow up!
Prissa's immediately looking around for whatever that was.
Roll a perception.
Oh, not again. Whew.
Brissa, you see right past one of those trebuchets back towards the mountain, the same figure I described to Dorzen, now holding a different boulder in its other hand, and after watching what happens, drops, and with 3 leaps is already up the side of the mountain.
Sasquatch.
Did you happen to see earlier? And she describes what Dorzen explained.
That is exactly what I saw.
I think it just threw a boulder at us.
Well, that would be a good guess, yes.
I immediately start donning my armor.
No need for that. We are safe in here.
Well, I still want it on.
Quick thing, Jero, because I know that we had this discussion with Tessa before, but I can't recall it. What is capable of breaking the tiny hut other than the spell magic?
Magic.
So just magic?
Magic attack or attacks from a creature that are considered magical can physically destroy a tiny hut. and that is my personal rule because a second level spell should not be impervious to a very large Titan-like creature's fist.
Well, at least not if it's magical, no. But
It's a Titan.
yeah,
I'm not saying Goliath. I'm saying a Titan. Like, not
Yeah,
a
yeah, so-
giant.
yeah.
I feel like
Giants are
it's-
still good.
Yeah. You're still safe from giants. You're good.
I'm not going out there. I hope it doesn't throw any more rocks, but I'm still pretty tired.
Yes, we still have some sleep left.
As you're all starting to fall back asleep, Dorzen, it is your appropriate watch. Yurik, did you go back to sleep as well, or are you awake now?
I thought Yurik was just ending his watch.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I thought
Dorzen.
what-
Dorzen was just ending
Dorzen
his
was
watch.
ending his watch. Yeah. So
And that was the third watch.
yeah. So you would have been long rested by this point. You'd be good with taking your shift.
All
at
right.
the-
So I'm basically up to get my watch now then.
already. Everyone else goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Christ, too. Jesus Christ. Neighbors are loud as fuck.
Sir Yurik. While you're sitting there, you hear wind pass behind your head. And a voice appears. What has brought the cast out here?
Could you repeat that one? I didn't.
What has
hear.
brought the cast out here?
Who's that? Who's speaking?
Your mind.
That's not true. Who are you?
I am the wind caller.
And who is the cast out?
You are not the cast out.
I do not know who. I don't know who you are speaking of.
Allow me to give you a warning. Stay far away from the cast out.
Is that the man living in the tower you refer to?
That is not a man. Has not been one for some time.
Right. Well, why are you asking? Are you his keeper or?
I am the watch here. We
By the way,
protect this
I'm-
mountain.
I'm like constantly looking around trying to figure out where.
Roll a
this-
perception check.
Let's see. Perception. 22.
You begin looking around a bit suspiciously, and your eyes angle over towards a different trebuchet this time, where you see the yellow eyes described by Dorzen once again peering out at you. But then you look further past it, and you see blue eyes. Standing tall, behind this creature by a good amount, holding a staff with the silhouette of Snow just grazing against a very bold figure.
Just to be clear, very bold. You said.
Bald. No hair.
Bald. Okay. I think because I thought at first you said he had hair, but my mistake. All right.
You can't make out anything more than that because human, but
Yep.
you do see the eyes.
Well, we are not here to release him if he is imprisoned. All we know is that this cast out, as you call him, is mad and possesses great magical power.
Terrifying power.
Right. Well,
The civilized world will not care for him. You seek his secrets, his tomes.
well, we were actually not about to. Well, we haven't really decided if we're going to seek him out after all, but our goal is not here. We seek something else. We were possibly maybe hoping that he could help somehow in, well, getting there. At least I was.
You civilized folk. You speak with big words. You expect help. If you go there, know you die. I suggest you return to your handmade caves.
Right. Well, I will take your words into consideration and let the rest of the group know.
Many big words. Do not defile our mountain.
And you are the wind caller, you say?
You feel that mental connection is still there, but they're not responding.
Right. Did we have the name of this tribe of Goliaths we were?
Did anybody ask for the name?
I think we did at one point, but I don't know who asked for it.
I did, I think.
Okay. The tribe is called the Ronshak.
We seek the Ronshak.
They do not seek you.
Well, that may be true, but we still seek them.
Why?
Before I tell you, I would be more comfortable seeing whoever I am actually speaking to.
I will not be fooled by civilized people again. I stay safe.
I give you my word that I will not pose any.
The word from you people
threats.
means nothing.
Right, well.
Honor is not something you possess.
Well, you do not know me or my friends here.
I know you're kind. And I know what they've done here. And elsewhere. And what they seek and what they steal. They are tricksters, liars, thieves. They use many big words to confuse us.
So you will let the actions of some decide your actions against others. I'll make a persuasion roll.
Sure.
17.
The action of some is the representation. That holds true for each of you. We will not trust you unless proven you deserve that.
Each person's actions are only representable of that person's actions. They do not represent any other person's actions. So if you are willing to cast all diplomacy or any hope of reconciliation away due to your prejudice, then that is your prerogative. Big words, I suppose. But if we are to exist peacefully together, then we need to be able to communicate. Wouldn't you agree?
We do not seek to exist alongside you. We exist where we exist and we protect it from you. If you wish to uproot this, earn it. Do not speak.
And how would we earn your trust?
Do not know. But for now, we will watch you as you travel our mountains. And if you threaten our people, our ways, our homes, we are far more than you see. And as you're looking over at this individual, you see about 6 more sets of these yellow eyes appear.
Oh shit.
Do I get the sense of how big these are?
By your rough estimate, they're between holy shit and damn.
Okay. So they're not Goliaths. At least not normal.
many
They're larger than most Goliaths that you've ever met. You've met some wild Goliaths that prefer to live in their herds. Those ones are typically the larger ones, not the ones that develop into society. They're smaller than giants by a noticeable amount.
Right.
And the way their upper bodies are built are almost like ape-like, like embellishingly large.
Well,
Except that one with the blue eyes.
Okay. I will tell you this. We do not come here seeking conflict. We come here seeking an item.
And what item would that be?
I'm not certain I should tell you.
You seek what you seek. We've made our presence known, and the situation known.
Mm-hmm. And if we were to make our presence known to the cast out, as you call him, what would your actions be?
Nothing. I wanted to give a warning to a neighbor. That was all.
Fair enough. And then you have my thanks.
Slowly, the eyes all begin receding until just the blue one is standing there, staring. And once all of the other ones have backed away much more further, you notice kind of a white vortex opens behind them, and they just step into it and disappear.
Yeah. I wanted to, just before they disappeared, I wanted to say, like, the last thing. My name is Yurik. That's it.
Alrighty. So.
And I'll continue the rest of my watch.
Watch continues easily.
And then once maybe 30 minutes pass, if nothing happens, then I'm going to start meditating on my spells.
Now, everybody else, one by one, you wake up. A little groggy from being woken up last night. Some of you more times than others.
I thought I was getting a watch too.
Oh, I kind of just took you out of there. Sorry.
That's fine. No, it's fine.
You got a full night's rest, though. Prissa is prime and proper every morning.
Except for that one terrifying boulder.
Yeah. Oh, no.
At least you woke up before it hit and not by the shock of it.
Yes. You know, big difference with disadvantage on your deck save. So you all wake up one after another. Yurik, you've already prepared yourself. You've donned your armor. rations are being heated up and given out to everybody. Just the minimalist cinnamon inside of some type of thick oatmeal. It's good enough.
Should we try to scout to make sure that whatever was there last night's not there anymore?
Well, it left us alone for the rest of the night. Perhaps it is gone?
I had an, well, I guess you can call it an encounter. While I was on watch, I was contacted mentally through magic of some kind by a person, I would say they were, calling themselves the Wind Caller. I was not able to make out exactly what they looked like.
Bless you.
They were fair distance away, but they had no hair and blue eyes, glowing blue eyes. And he or she, I suppose, told us not to seek the cast out, as they call them, and I was able to ascertain that they are talking, or were talking of the person inside the tower, the wizard, saying that he wields terrifying power and seeking him out will only end in our death.
That's the case, maybe we should give the tower wide berth.
Yes.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree with you.
Yes.
They also said that they would keep an eye on us as we traveled, and to make sure we pose no threat, as they said. They seemed very uninterested in achieving any sort of relations.
Could that might have been the Goliath tribe we were searching for, or did it not seem that way?
I am uncertain. I told them we were seeking the Roan Shock, and she only said that they were not seeking us.
Well, talking about keeping an eye on us, I found a little device in Ouch, and it's kind of a magical viewing item that I think somebody's been using to watch us. None of you know what this is, and I pull out the little thing, little blue gem.
Can Prissa just figure out what it is off the bat, or does she?
I mean, I've told you exactly what it is.
Yeah, but are you seeking more information than just that, or?
Well, it might have been the Dryads who planted it. They seem to know where the Goliaths were going, even though they did not go out of the cave themselves.
That's kind of what I thought, because I did see her messing with Ouch a little, but I wasn't sure.
Well, they were managing to keep tabs on the Goliath crossing the mountains, so perhaps.
Well, I don't want to keep it out for too long just in case, because that'd be bad.
So?
I want to, I'm not sure if I have everything needed. It says on the divination spell that you need offering worth 25 gold pieces appropriate to your religion. I'm not sure exactly what that would constitute.
25 gold. Wait. incense and a sacrificial offering appropriate to religion, together worth 25 GP, which the spell consumes. So it's 25 GP worth of incense plus an offering that can be of any value to your religion.
Yep.
So what is an offering that you would give to this spell?
Jimmy.
Wrong religion.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure as a player exactly what sort of fits.
So
I would contest maybe like the Everlight light, like lantern oil, like I don't know.
Light a candle.
Candles, like a bunch of them.
Something made to lighten and make things warmer would be representative of her. So yeah, a lit candle and the incense would do fine. And we can say you have a candle, since you know your god.
Yep. I'm going to ritual cast divination then.
Okay. Consuming
And,
those material components.
Yep. And let me just check the description again. Yeah. So I'm basically going to ask, if we seek out the wizard in this tower, will we escape with
Perish.
our lives intact?
It's not a one-word answer. It's an... Okay. As you focus over this incense, you all watch as a divine glow emanates from your canter that you are swinging from side to side. And the glow pulses and imbues itself through you to the point that your eyes turn into a pure white shine against the snow. Almost like you're a beacon of light. And you hear quietly in your mind, the action alone will not cause you to perish, but the actions you take cannot specifically control the actions the individual chooses. Life will become less predictable in there. You've received an ominous warning. I think Yorick froze.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Yorick, you froze. I'll say Yorick just communicates that to you all. Uh-oh. Hello. Alarin, did you freeze? Alarin froze.
Something's happening.
Eastern Europe, no!
Yep.
Wait,
Okay,
are
no.
you both
Oh
back?
shit.
Oh no, it's Brexit.
Okay. You're both back?
Okay, no, it was you two that froze, Dorzen and Jero on that
What?
one.
No.
No, we were. Me,
It might have been a
Jero,
Zoom
we
issue.
were all live.
Yeah. Yorick,
Oh,
did
yeah,
you
and
hear
then
me?
it like suddenly sped up
Yeah.
and it was weird.
Okay. Yorick heard me? Everybody heard me?
Yep.
You communicate that out?
Yeah, so I say, well, I received an ominous warning not to, well, not specifically not to enter, but for the sake of not risking anything unnecessarily, I say we go away from the tower and don't bother whoever's inside.
Well, as long as the compass does not point towards the tower when we go around it, I agree with that.
So do you activate the the compass again. You have to do it each day. It's not going to last until you let go. It's going to be each day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll activate it every day, and I get my channel divinity back on a short rest. So
Yeah.
I
So.
take it back after you say half a day has passed.
Yeah. Well, you only have to do it each day, or if you would let it go.
Yeah.
So, you use it again, now that you've all had this conversation. You look at the compass, and it's not pointing towards the tower anymore. It points to the southwest now.
It appears it has moved. It is pointing behind us now, or well, somewhat the opposite direction. Still south, but southwest.
Well,
That's where we go.
Yes, perhaps the person you were talking with tonight was part of the tribe after all.
could very well be.
So, you all gather yourselves up, begin traveling again. Now, being a bit more on edge considering the previous evening and climbing back up that same path that you all know. You look back over at the tower and seeing the large scale that it has and the permeating magic that it possesses to keep it free of any weather that is currently pushing through this area. You travel back up the peak. You continue along your path. And I think that's where we're going to pick up next time. So, everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. It was a bit of a, well, it wasn't intended to be a really roleplay heavy session, but really good survival checks are really good. So, hey, count it. You still get experience regardless, so. Players, thank you for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you all had a good time. Goodbye.